morning, people. It is Tuesday, the 9th of April. Welcome to TDA, the day after. Sorry, were you going to say something?
Look here. Hold up, let me show you. This is from Twitter.
Ah, that's really cool.
Yeah, so people have to click the video.
Yeah.
And then there's a chat box that comes up at the bottom.
Okay.
And if they type there, it pops
It comes up here?
Yeah.
Automatically?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Is that dangerous?
I was going to say, yeah.
No. Sorry.
I want to filter that.
What I mean is it comes up on my end automatically.
Okay, then you
but
can
I
then
can
put it up.
put it up. Yeah.
It's really good.
That's sick, man.
Okay. Well, you guys are tuning to TDA. I'm one of your hosts for today. My royalty.
Call me E-Man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer, news analyst, melanin jam-packed.
Yep. How are you, Brent?
Good morning. I'm blessed and highly favored. Thank you very much. And let's say good morning to the chat. Good morning, Black Mara. Good morning, T. Good morning, Antonia Hansen. Good morning, Roxanne. Good morning, JW. Good morning, Ruby Wednesday. Good morning, Abby. Sorry. Good morning, Christy. I don't know if you're in that
Morning,
spirit
girl.
this morning, but we'll see. Good morning, Crud Crew. Good morning, Izzy Bambino. Good morning, Everest. Good morning, Amy Snow Globe. And good morning, Quarshi. And good morning, Esquire. I haven't checked Spotify today. I'll check it tomorrow.
Okay. Would be juicy today, actually.
How are you, Esther?
I'm okay, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, can't complain. You know?
I thought there was supposed to be a guest today, man.
Yeah, man. They pulled out, man.
How come?
Why?
you lot are so annoying.
Nah, we're just truth tellers.
I think it's important.
What's important?
It's important to know why they pulled out.
Yeah, 100%.
I guess there's
Actually, to be fair, I don't think he can be trusted to tell a story. Imagine he's telling Mark's story, yeah? And he already pissed me off this morning. He's telling Mark's a story, talking about, one of their members went rogue. No. He said, no. He said some guy... What was it you said exactly?
A rogue member.
You did say it was a rogue member, yeah.
Can you imagine?
Is that bad, though?
Yes, because you're excusing his actions.
Not at
Excuse
all.
me. You got to listen to language. You got to listen to the things that you say and the meaning behind it. If you say someone's gone rogue,
Yeah.
it's not for you to speak to anybody's righteousness. But what happened, and it factually happened. And then relaying the story to somebody else and saying someone that went rogue. Already, the language excuses make it seem like, it's not part of their religion. No one's saying the religion is promoting that. But again, it's about it's subtle things, subtle languages that excuses people's actions.
No, I think you've taken that the wrong way completely.
I think you don't understand.
That's impossible.
No,
If
possible.
I'm saying he's gone rogue or he's a rogue member, I'm saying he's not living in line with the tenets of the church.
Why did you need to say that?
Because he wasn't.
When you talk about pastors that are thieving and all the pastors that have reported on here, have you ever added rogue to their before you said what they've done?
But they're pastors.
Have you
They're
ever
not
added? No,
members.
that's not what I asked you. Have you ever added rogue?
Why am I going
anything
to
that
say a
they've done?
rogue pastor?
Okay, when it's members as well. Have you ever?
I don't know what members
any,
What members have I mentioned?
You said rogue for a reason, and you're excusing his actions. Nobody would have ever thought that in their sect, their religion, whatever it is that they do, this is what they promote. The fact that you felt the need to make that point clear, speaks to intention.
Intention. What's my intention?
It's fine. I'm checked out now. I'm not doing a back and forth. You can carry on and let people know what you want to tell them.
Is this live?
Yes, very live.
Wait.
It is live.
Thank you. We got your laptop there.
Mine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't work today?
Huh?
You didn't work today?
Just one quick errand I got to do.
All right, cool. I thought it was connected to this job, but never mind.
Well, so you want to go on Discord?
No. No, thank you. So, sorry, what did the man tell you?
Yeah, he said basically they're not coming, and I was like, why? And then that's how he started the story. Because obviously a long time ago one of their members went rogue, and then
One of their rogue members. That's what I said.
Committed some heinous crimes or something.
Killed a person.
Yeah, and then they don't want to talk about it. But I was thinking, because I was saying like, what is this like common knowledge? He's like, yeah, and I was like, has the person been convicted for it and all that kind of stuff? And they were like, and he was like, yeah. So I'm saying, I don't understand. What did they think it was going to be an ambush? All they had to do was come up and just condemn him like Hamas.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
I think the fact we giving them warning should have been like assurance that it's not an ambush.
100%.
Because we could have not told you and then just asked you on the spot.
yeah, all they had to do was condemn his actions and his behaviour, and
Literally.
could have sailed through that, I suppose. No.
Literally.
100%.
I say yeah.
And I don't like the fact that they now changed from coming in because we were going to basically do our due diligence. You understand?
Yeah.
Especially if it is we told them we're not looking to
Oh.
basically focus on that. But whilst you're here, 100% this is part of your history. And we serve the community. Do you understand? And their church is right around the corner from here.
Yeah. No, it's crazy to me that they've done that.
Why do you keep saying? Why do you keep emphasizing churches around the corner?
Because each time I was telling my I go to the gym every day and
Yeah.
I pass that place and I never knew that was a branch of that. I never knew that was a church. Full stop.
Okay.
And because the windows are blacked out. Do you understand? So if it wasn't, then I'll be able to see what's inside. But it isn't. And it just struck me as, wow, when I saw the documentary, and there it was, around the corner. I never knew they lived here.
Okay.
Yeah, I never knew they went here. So each time as I see someone dressed in purple like that, I would know where they're going.
Okay.
Probably got more than one branch though.
I'm surprised.
In the UK?
I'm surprised
Yeah.
they pulled out.
Okay.
Though. I'm surprised they pulled out. I swear.
But this is what I was basically saying. I think they don't know the type of people we are. So they're probably thinking we might be one of those people out there, especially since it's live, that might be trying to push this, you know what I'm saying, like back them into a corner and make them look as bad as possible. You know what I'm saying? So obviously they're just thinking, let me just back out in it just in case. Especially since it's live. That's my thinking behind it.
I actually thought that the person who was coming was capable of miracles, to be honest. So if we were to ambush him, he would have dodge it. Like, wait, whatever, right?
But
Anyway,
yeah.
I watched the documentary.
So can we give people context? We're talking about the murder of Joy Morgan.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the people that own the church or lead the church or whatever they do. They were meant to come to the show today, and we told them that we were going to be asking about Joy Morgan, and they decided to pull out.
Yeah, it was actually the founder of the movement.
Yeah. So the founder of the movement was meant to come today,
Yeah.
and we told them that we'll be doing our due diligence because how would you show up to an interview and we don't talk about that? It's a big thing, and they decided that they no longer wanted to come on here.
Yeah, and we talked about it the other day, right, Joy?
We actually did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually brought her up.
Yeah,
yeah.
a news platform. We brought her up. Of course, we're going to ask certain questions, right? I watched the documentary, right? And I was like, oh, it's a nice documentary. I didn't know that this particular church had these particular beliefs. Because I've always heard about the Hebrew Israelites, right?
Is the incident that happened with this woman like something to do with the beliefs of the church?
No, it's got nothing. It's got nothing to
No.
do with it.
Absolutely nothing to do with it.
Oh, yeah, no, because the way you just said that.
No, I'm saying I watched the documentary yesterday.
Okay.
And whilst I was watching it, I'm now learning a little bit about their church.
Okay.
Obviously told from the lips of the person who
Parishioners.
was who? What did you say?
So the parishioners.
No,
Okay.
it wasn't. It was whoever's making documentary.
Okay.
So they could have, told the truth or not told the truth, but I wanted to ask certain questions based on the documentary itself, not the murder or whatnot. But I hear that this is how it is that how women are, their position in the church. Is this true? Do you understand? I heard that you referred to white people as devils. Is this true? Right? I heard that black people are going to be slave masters and the white people are the slaves in heaven. Is this true? Do you understand? And then obviously they would use their Bible to basically quote unquote prove this. I was really interested in that. But I didn't want them to think that we were going to ambush them because they had asked previously, do we know about such and such? And at the time, like it didn't dawn on Imaya's mind like what they were talking about. So he said, no, I don't know about this. Know about this. And then he clocked afterwards what this was about and that we talked about it the other day. And I said, you have to tell them, yeah, we do know about it. And we are going to basically, ask a couple questions. So when now they hear that, they were like, yeah. Yeah, it's best not. We come true. It would have been a fantastic conversation. But I don't want anybody to come here thinking that they can dictate what we do here as journalists. I don't want them to dictate our conversation at all. It doesn't matter who it is. If you're coming through here, knowing full well we're serving the community, we're gonna ask certain questions that pertain to our service of the community. Do you understand? Yeah, that was just it, to be honest. But it would have been interesting, especially if he came with his like kit on. I don't know if he was gonna come dressed up like he would normally dress up.
He definitely would have been in full garb. Well, what's the point?
I think they probably would have just come in the hoodie or something.
No, I think he would have been dolled up to the
You know,
nines.
they got bare different like garms, man. With their emblem.
I've seen
on.
them, the Power Rangers.
That's outside.
Huh?
That's outside. Like when they're actually like
But they're representing.
evangelizing on the street and stuff.
Yeah, but I say so. Obviously, they're going to be evangelizing to a big audience. They're going to want to put their best foot forward, innit?
Yeah, I guess so.
I think he would have been dolled up.
It'd have been nice, but I don't think he would have. I've seen him in some interviews where he wasn't at all.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because that's why on the, the little asset I put out each time to say who's joining us on the couch, I chose a particular picture, just so people know that's the flame that's coming through. But I wasn't able to put it up, obviously, because they pulled out.
Okay.
Oh man, if any of your representatives are listening, I beg you, like, we're not gonna rough you up, yeah. I would love to basically hear about your beliefs and whatnot. I definitely want to hear about this whole white slave stuff, because I've heard that rhetoric before somewhere, and the white devils as well somewhere.
Right.
I don't want to know if there's anything else that's the same. Dun, dun, dun. All right, cool. Could everybody go and retweet the link on X, on Twitter?
It's on TikTok as
It's
well.
also on TikTok. So hello TikTok and hello X. Good morning.
I say TikTok like that.
How do I say it? TT?
Like it's TikToking.
TikTok.
TikTok. Madonna's got a song like that.
Let me send you a bit.
Anyways, that's it. Let's get into our headlines.
All right.
All right, so our first headline. Foreign Secretary Lord Cameron has met Donald Trump in Florida before holding talks with U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken. Lord Cameron held discussions with Mr. Trump before making his way to Washington, D.C. for discussions with Mr. Blinken, other figures from the Biden administration, and members of Congress. A Foreign Office spokesperson said that his talks in Washington will focus on a range of shared US-UK priorities, including securing international support for Ukraine and bringing stability to the Middle East. They play down Lord Cameron's visit to see former US President Mr. Trump, who is seeking a return to the White House in this November's US election. Lord Cameron is not scheduled to meet US President Joe Biden. Next headline, and I guess we spoke about this like last week. And a Conservative MP, William Wragg, who divulged colleagues' personal phone numbers to someone he met on a dating app as part of a parliamentary sexting scandal, has stepped down from two Commons roles. William Wragg has resigned as chair of the Commons Public Administration and Constitutional Affairs Committee, and also quit his post as the vice chair of the 1922 Committee of Conservative Backbenchers after admitting to giving the information to a man he met, this according to reports. The Hazel Grove MP, who has already announced that he's standing down at the next election, apologised last week and said that he had given the numbers of other politicians for fear of intimate images of himself being leaked. The Met Police and Leicestershire Police are investigating after it was suggested, that at least 12 men in political circles received unsolicited messages. And our last headline takes us to Israel, where the Prime Minister has reiterated his vow to invade the city of Rafah in southern Gaza and declared there is a date. Benjamin Netanyahu has repeatedly said that Israel must send ground forces into the city, which he says is Hamas's last stronghold in the besieged enclave. It comes as Hamas rejected the latest Israeli ceasefire proposal after an official said that no progress has been made in negotiations over the weekend in Cairo, Egypt. The Hamas official, who asked not to be identified, said there's no change in the position of the occupation, Israel, and therefore there's nothing new in the Cairo talks. On Monday, Mr. Netanyahu said this victory requires entry into Rafah and the elimination of the terrorist battalions there. It will happen. There is a date. That's what he said without elaborating. And that's it for our headlines.
All right, let's get into the topic of the day.
All right, guys. I believe this video was posted in Discord by what's Von's nickname? Esquire. By Esquire. It's a light-hearted one, but I want to see what you guys think about this. Right? Do you feel like this is a case of chivalry being dead, or is this a case of the man just keeping his self-respect? You know what I'm saying? And just moving forward. And yeah, let's start from there. Brent, if you don't mind playing the video.
No, you're gonna open my door for me. Come out and open the door for me, or I'm not getting in.
No, it's cold outside now. You're not cold. Come inside.
Come open my door, please.
It's cold. But you're already standing there now. Just come in. I turned on the heat. Look, the car seat is warm.
I don't care what you turned on. I'm not getting in the car.
Everything is on.
I'm not getting in this car until you come and open the door for me. I'm a lady.
No, I get that, but you're already standing there now. It's not like I can, you know, I can, but you're there. So I'm just saying, since you're there, I've already opened it. Just get in.
I don't touch doors, so come open the door for me.
I drove 30 minutes to get here, and I'm here. I turned on the heater, everything. Even the date we're going on is me that we pay. I will pay and I'll bring you back. So the least you can do is come and sit down. I'm offering you free seats. No.
I'm not getting in the car.
What kind of...
Thank you.
This is not... This one is Wahala. We've not even started. And you ever...
Thank you for being a gentleman.
You're ever this thing. It's just normal.
Thank you.
Why are you like
I'm
this,
ready now.
She must have been
You know
buff.
what? Don't worry.
Did we see
Come
this
on.
woman at any point?
Are you serious?
No, just come out because I don't think this. No, come. Just come out first.
Are you serious right now?
No, come. I want to show you something.
Okay.
I want to show you something. I'm very confused. How I drove to this place. I came to pick you up. You could have met me there. I will also pay for the date. This place we are going, minimum $200 that I will spend. And I have to beg you to get in the car. It's not like I can't open.
All I was asking is that you just open the door.
It's not that I can't open door. It's just that you already standing. I opened the door twice. Don't worry. You know, sometimes.
Where are you
Sometimes
going?
you just be avoiding problem.
Where are you going?
I'm getting in my car. I'm opening my door by myself.
Are you serious? I just wanted you to be a gentleman.
No, don't worry. He's like, enjoy your night.
Is he freaking serious right now?
He caught himself in the
So
end.
that I don't climb on your leg or something.
Where are you going? We were supposed to be going on a date. Where are you going?
No, I'm going home. It's not
Didn't you drive out here for me?
I thought I did, but clearly, let me just respect myself and go home. You know?
Wow.
Sometimes you have to respect yourself.
Wow.
I probably want to see this woman still.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
Because I want to see her.
Go on. Let's just say you saw the woman and she, in your estimation, is a 10 out of 10. What does it change?
I just understand the mindset.
Talk to me.
I understand why she'd have so much audacity, innit?
Oh. So if it is that she was through the 10,
Then I don't want to understand why she
but
got so
for
much
10 out of 10,
audacity.
you could understand why she would do that.
They will both get the same treatment. I just want to understand where you're coming from. Yeah.
So your take on that is he was in the right.
Who, the man? Yeah. For me personally, he was in the right. Because she already showed some signs of the type of humans I don't like already. So it wouldn't really work for me. I was upset with him when he got out of there and let her in the car. But then when he put her in the car, it didn't feel right. And he caught himself. And then he kicked her out. So that was cool. I said, no, just come out 1 second. I want to show you something. I said, come, let me show you something. 1 second. Yeah, she wouldn't have gotten in the car in the first place. She can't use her own hands. And you know what it is? I get it. Chivalry ain't dead. You get me? There's obviously there's gentlemen out there and all that. But by the time they got to the conflicts and to the crossroads, you got a decision to make. You got to draw a line in the sand, innit? Like, and it's like she could have just got in and just said, like, for future reference, baby man, like, I like my doors open and thing. You get me? Like, if you're gonna rock with me, then that's how I'd prefer to be treated. But when you do the stubborn thing and you draw a line in the sand and say, look, I'm not moving unless then you just got to have a stubborn off in it and see who wins. So I'm always gonna win the stubborn off. So I hear his choice. I'm not mad at it. But, yeah.
All right, so Emmanuel, what are your thoughts?
I don't think there's anything wrong with obviously a woman saying, you know, open the doors or wanting a man to open the doors, but I feel like it should be natural as well. I don't think it should be moving into the realm of being rude. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're by the door. Like Mark is saying, you can literally say that, you know, by the way, be nice about it. Be like, okay, cool. I understand. I respect that. Cool. You know, I don't mind opening the door for you. Thank you for letting me know, sort of thing. You know what I mean? Plus, he is kind of opening the door, even though he's stretched over. Why does he have to be your chauffeur? You know what I'm saying? Come all the way around, open the door, so have a nice seat, madame, and all that sort of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that part was just extra. But her wanting a man to open the door and be chivalrous and whatnot, there ain't nothing wrong with that.
So that's the standards that she set for herself and didn't meet them, innit? So yeah, I don't think there's nothing wrong with her taking that stance, actually, if that's the standards that she set for herself and that's what she wants. But obviously with actions, there's reactions and stuff like that. You just got to be prepared to deal with them, innit? Not everybody's gonna acquiesce to what you want, innit? So I don't think there's nothing wrong with her. I actually don't think there's nothing wrong with her having that stance, if that's the standards that she's setting for herself. I just think if you cared enough about getting to know me and whatnot, then like I said, you could probably just this one time, just allow it. And at least this is our first time meeting, this is our first interactions and that. You know, like, just get me up to speed on Wagwan in a nice manner. And then it's up to me to decide moving forward if this is what I want to do or not. I think when you just come all confrontational, I don't know. How does Esther feel about this?
I don't think there's anything wrong with her having standards. There are men who will open the door for you and will be gentlemen. Really and truly, that's really what it is, being a gentleman. I think the interaction went on longer than it needed to. If that was me and I need you to open the door for me, that sounded upset, and I'm not going back and forth with you about opening the door. If you don't get it, then you don't get it. Then you're not the guy I'm meant to be on a date with. So I won't be on a date with you. So I think the interaction went on longer than it needed to, in my opinion.
So who was in the right in the situation? Her?
I think they're both wrong. Because she had a standard for a guy to open the door for you. You're here and the guy hasn't opened the door for you, but then you let him know, because sometimes you have to let people know what you expect. Then you let him know what you expect, and he's dragging his feet about it. So if that's really your standard, then you should have walked away. This is waiting. This is when people wait to see how red the flag is. If that's the standard for you and he's not abiding by that, then she should have left. So she's wrong for standing there, going back and forth with him about it, closing the door back. That's ridiculous. And then he as well, then opening the door and then say, I don't know, I don't care. I think both people are wrong. I just think if you've got standards for yourself, then do that. If you meet somebody who's got standards that you're not willing, if you don't want to be opening the door for women, you don't have to open the door for women. That's fine. There's a lot of women that don't mind opening their own door. Then go after that person. I just think everyone should date people that date. That's their type. And they want the same things. Simple.
So setting aside that this is probably a skit, right? Because we probably know it is because obviously she's filming. Let's just say it wasn't a skit. And I asked you if it was weird for a woman to film the first time she's meeting a stranger for a date, just so she could let her girlies know that this is the guy who picked me up. Would you find that weird in this particular era?
Are you injecting me into the situation?
I have to.
Well, I live by different rules and different standards.
So go. As soon as you see the phone, you're gone.
Not necessarily, but I feel like in this day and age, in this society, if someone wanted to, and then you're meeting the first date, I don't know if you got met online or whatever, and a woman wanted to film for a safety or whatever like that, that's something that you could kind of have to take into consideration, regardless of how awkward it might make you feel or how weird it might be. I think it's something that you actually have to consider if that's how somebody felt and that's what they wanted to do. Like, I don't think you should, even though you might feel awkward in interaction, I don't think you should make them feel bad about doing it if that's what they kind of want to do for their safety and stuff like that. But I think if you inject me into the situation, I think it's crazy because you know me. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
there's a live location of where.
Yeah, just everything. Like, if I was a weirdo, you'd know about it. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, you can't put these weirdo tags onto me. Like, oh, I'm not thinking first time. I can't just meet strangers. Shut up, you idiot. You know exactly who I am. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, you know exactly. You know my story. If I had a history of weirdoism, I'm sure Shade Barrow would have told you all about it. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I ain't got no receipts. I ain't never done nobody no wrong. Done nobody no harm. Ain't nothing foul on my name, and you know me. So shut up. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, all this strange or weirdo talk is bollocks. I'm not hearing all that nonsense because what the fuck are you doing here? If that's what you think about me, you might as well fuck off. That's me though. But if it's a total stranger and it's a random and it's a random interaction, I can't be mad at someone that wants to protect themselves. So, like I said, it's in this day and age, it's not. If that's what they want to do, I think you have to allow it, and if that makes sense. But if it's me, personally, I'm saying that it's foolishness.
Okay, all right. Likewise, Manu.
Yeah, I wouldn't understand that really, because I mean, I understand this is the day and age, but it's like, why do you need to be in my face filming me sort of thing? If it was like I took a picture or something, as in she took a picture, just to be like, oh, just so I'm safe, this that, and the third, I can maybe get that rationale. But filming, even then, it just seems weird. It just seems weird.
There's a girl I saw online the other day. She tweeted how she was on this date with a guy and they'd been at his house, at his apartment. They were drinking and whatnot here and there. But then he randomly asked her, does she have a location on? And she said, yeah, she shares it with all her friends and stuff. And he literally spazzed out on her, like went crazy on her and whatever. And she literally just ran out of his apartment, left her stuff, everything. Then the rest like, oh, you left your stuff. She just didn't reply and just blocked him.
I saw that kind of stuff going around. That had mixed responses and all that, but like it depends on people got PTSD. It depends on what kind of life you're from and all that. Like, I don't know if I didn't give you. I get that you want to be safe and all that. I definitely didn't give you permission to be live location in my yard, my address to anybody, any Tom, Dick, and Harry, willy nilly. I never done this. You know what I'm trying to say? And everybody's experiences and life experiences are different. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, and you have to appreciate how people feel. They obviously everybody's doing it for safety issues, but it's like you're just thinking about your safety. You didn't consider my safety, and also it's not like we're openly transparent here. I don't know where this live feed is going.
But she didn't put it on Twitter.
No, but
it's with her family.
He doesn't know that though. So she's only caring about one side of things. He doesn't know that. I don't know where this is going. I just know you got a live feed onto my crib. This is not safe for me. Depending on their upbringing, their interactions in life, how they feel, you have to take everybody's feelings into consideration. I get you're on your side. You're talking. What about me? I'm like, you're just taking it for granted. You can't just take my safety and my feelings and my well-being for granted. I don't know where this live feed is going. I didn't give you permission to live feed my house where I rest my head. Like, and again, everybody feels different. Some people you might think, well, what have you got to hide, or whatever. Some people feel like they got something to hide, whether it be, like I said, their location where they rest their head for their own personal safety. So, I think that kind of conversation is it needs more nuance than just picking a side and just jumping on the person and whatnot. Because everybody should be allowed to feel safe in the situation, whether it be the girl that wants her family or her friends to know that she's meeting this stranger and she's going to a different house, and on the flip side of it, the person whose home it is has got the right to his privacy. You get me?
In that moment, because I could understand why you might not like that, but the spazzing out, would you do that though?
What, spaz out?
Yes.
What does spaz out looking like?
I'm assuming like get so agitated that she feels, oh my goodness, I've done something massively wrong and I don't feel comfortable like continuing.
I don't know, because in the scenario, each scenario is going to be different. You have to see how it plays out. So if you feel like something was
Life could be at risk.
yeah, if you feel like something's done in a shady manner and stuff like that, and you find it, you're gonna take offense to it, innit? So you can be met with that. What are you doing? Like, what the hell are you doing? Why are you doing this for? It does almost
Well,
feel
if
like a
she's
break
told
of
you
trust,
that-
innit?
But she said it that she does it for her safety.
Huh?
She's giving you the reason why she does it. She says she does it for her safety.
But again, if you're
So then
into,
spazzing out, how do you think that will enable my safety?
well, again, if you're doing it, if I'm putting myself into this thing, I'm just saying, like, I understand everybody's entitled to feel how they want, but if that's what you think of me, fuck yourself and leave about your safety. What do you mean your safety? What safety? What the fuck am I gonna do to you? If that's the kind of person you think I am, that's what you think. Me and you shouldn't mix anyway. Go and be safe somewhere else.
You know
like,
the
fuck off.
statistics for abuse and
I don't care about the statistics.
wait.
I'm not a statistic.
Well,
I don't give a
let me drop
shit.
it, then you can say you don't care.
No,
The statistics for harm
whatever
and
you
stuff
say, I'm
like
still
that,
gonna say I don't give a shit. 'Cause
that's
I'm talking
great.
about myself.
That's fantastic.
I couldn't give a shit.
The
It's
statistics
me.
for harm and stuff, people that are harmed and that abuse and they're attacked, all that kind of stuff, it tends to be people that they know. So if everyone goes around this world,
I couldn't care less.
that's good. If everyone goes around this world saying, "Oh, I'm gonna just see the best in people," is that not naivety?
I couldn't care
Because
less.
same when people are reporting cases, people are telling them, "Oh, what was the red flag? What did you miss?" Da, 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 da. So when they're going around saying, "Well, you know, he doesn't seem like the person to do that," and we've heard that many times, isn't that where would we go with that?
I don't know, but everybody's in their right not to care less, and I couldn't care less. I'm talking about me personally.
Check this. So you've met this girl, right? And this girl does not know about your life and why you might not want your location live streamed, right? She doesn't know. And on your end, you don't know why she might want her location she might want her location live streamed, right? And you then find out that it's live streamed. Not that she's filming you, but she has a location on, right? And then you find out. I don't see you spazzing out in
I
that
wouldn't. I'll
scenario.
just have a conversation.
Precisely. And on Twitter, it wasn't that way. The guy was spazzing out. Do you understand?
Yeah, but I don't never put myself in other people's scenarios and try and put my head in frames of mind
No,
that
I'm
I'm
talking
not
about you.
in.
I'm talking about you.
Yes,
In that scenario,
No,
you
what I'm trying
would
to
have
say is
reacted differently.
I would have reacted differently,
Alright.
but I'm also not about to judge someone for spazzing out. I don't know who they go for, what they go through.
I didn't say whether you should jump in somebody else's. I said put yourself in that position. Would you spaz out? And you said no. And that's it. Cool. If I'd asked you, should you now look to, how do you feel about what he did, right? Then that's a different thing. What would you do? That's cool. All right, cool. Next question. If you pull up to a girl's place, knowing full well you've planned a date, you've paid for this, that, and the next, you've done what you normally do as Marks, a gentleman. Let that ring, yeah? Where's your ring, by the way?
It's not coming in
Not
yet.
yet. Why did it go so long?
Because I got a few. Just listen.
Okay. Fair enough. Cool. Would you jump out the car and open the door? Anyway.
What, off the rip? No, I can't pretend I would.
So would it be like an Uber thing?
In what sense?
Expect her to open the door and then jump in?
Yeah, I would expect her to open the door and jump in. And if she didn't want to, I'd expect her to. If that's not her style, that's not her thing. I'd expect her to communicate with me.
Nicer.
Yeah, in a nice way. I wouldn't expect her to just stand there like some idiot and just thinking like, get in the car and let me know like if you're gonna do with me, I'd like my doors to be open and stuff like that. I like communication is key. I think it's important.
How sweetly does she need to phrase what she needs to say in order for you to get out and open the door without feeling away? What does she need to do or say?
I don't know. I wouldn't really feel the way. What would you say? Hey, I don't know. I suppose you're going to ask a question. Then you're going to open the door for me.
That's fine, yeah?
I suppose. It's up to me to answer however I see fit. But there's nothing wrong with her saying that, I don't think.
Yeah.
Like, and you're going to open it. Yeah, I suppose, just be honest and upfront if that's what your expectations are. Ain't you going to come around and open the door for me?
All right. How about you, Emmanuel?
Do you know what it is? I feel like you can kind of tell from the energy though. Like you said, she can say it like that and you just know it's still coming from like a warm spirit. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like she's not trying to be disrespectful. She's just like, look, this is what I'm used to. Or this is what I'd like for myself. You know what I'm saying? Where it's not like my attitude stinks. You know what I'm saying? Because then you kind of get a vibe of what you know the rest of the night's going to be like. Why go through with the rest of it? Why waste your time and money? So if you see it's like, okay, cool, there's truth in the jest.
Yeah.
Then why not? You know what I'm saying? You can laugh about it. Okay, yeah, cool, why not, man?
The original question though, I asked the Mags. You drive up to the girl's place.
Yeah.
In your nice whip, right? You dress nice, smell nice. It's gonna be a nice night in your head, right? And it's a nice babe. Would you get out and open the door? Just off the rip?
Probably not. No.
So it would be an Uber thing for you too?
People set the standards for themselves what they want, innit? And people men do what they want for women, and that's why looks and stuff's. This is why we gauge it, and this is why there's pretty privilege and stuff like that, because people that we deem attractive, we will allow them to get away with more, and that's just life. That's just facts. Nah, I'm telling you, it might not be across the board, but majority rules, and that's how men move. And that's
so what you're
facts.
saying is that if she was pretty,
there's a certain girl,
then you would.
There's a certain girl that could walk up to that car and step in a certain light with a certain energy and look a certain way, and even when she stands still, you'd know what she wanted, and then you got a decision to make whether you open that door or not. And if it means enough to you, you're gonna jump out and open the door.
I love that. I love that you said that. Do you agree, Manuel?
I agree.
Interesting.
Wait, let me add. Let me add something.
Because I just acted just now.
No, I agree.
You said no.
No, I agree. But the thing is, it's not just looks though. I think it's down to also the conversation you're having prior to.
Yeah.
Combine that with the looks, combine with what you know you're getting, personality-wise and the chemistry and all that sort of stuff. In your head, you're thinking, like, this is a serious somebody.
I mean, people have conversation, you get to know people.
Wait,
they move in.
Wait. Let's not move so quickly.
No, but I'm saying, when people move in certain circles.
I'll get back to you. Beg you.
Go on.
Emmanuel, when I asked you the question just now, why didn't you tell me that?
Because, like, obviously, my main thing wouldn't be. And you know, the thing is, I'm also picturing myself actually...
Wait.
Yeah.
Your main thing wouldn't be.
Yeah, wouldn't be.
But you would if...
What do you mean if?
If...
Yeah, like because I can see that possibility also being the case.
And that's what I want you to be able to elaborate on when I ask you this particular question.
Yeah, but I'm talking about
us
9 times out of 10.
Stretch the discourse out. Don't make it look as though I just asked you a question. You say no.
All right, cool.
Do you understand? Give me a. I would if.
Okay,
do you understand?
Cool. Okay,
that
cool.
makes people feel seen. You understand? Because I'm sitting here thinking, hey, if I drive up there, I'm definitely getting out just off the rip because I'm thinking. You're probably dressed nicely, right? So I don't want you to touch anything. In fact, I want tonight to go very well. And experience has told me I need to do my best to give a nice, perception of myself.
Yeah, but if there's a girl that you've spoken to and she moves in certain circles and does certain things and carry herself in a certain way and likes a certain lifestyle and whatnot, you'll be pick up on those kind of things. You'll be privy to those kind of
I'm not interested in those girls.
No, but that's what I'm trying to say. But what I'm trying to say is, but someone will treat that girl different to a girl that he met on the corner in the estate at the bus stop in a trackie on some wild ground blood.
Talk to me about the craziness of that.
You're not gonna
talk to me the craziness of that.
Because you're not gonna hold you even without even speaking. You're gonna have a perception in it. So the standards there are differently. So a girl that you met on the estate that wears, I don't know.
I love how you've segued into the disrespect that you guys have on certain women based on how they look. Let's talk about this.
We can go into it, but I'm just saying that when you walk up to that mindset, where you think it's like you're gonna be your first thoughts. Like this girl's from the ghetto. You know what I'm trying to say? That she's a hood chick.
But
she's a hood chick.
It's not even just a disrespect thing, but also what you think they're used to and what you're used to. Like it's like even though you might be putting your best foot forward, without sounding some type of way, it's almost like the best foot that's understood. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, in certain circles now, certain women, for example, it's like, cool, I know you speak a certain language. So my best foot forward is a particular sort of thing. It manifests differently. So it's not necessarily that you're disrespecting a person, but you're coming from different worlds. You know what I'm saying? Compared to somebody where you come from the exact same world, and I know this is not what you're used to, and this is what I'm used to. So you're just kind of just working on the same sort of level.
Prince Finn, I don't know how to pronounce that. Lol, I would walk to her door and wait till she comes out, then walk with her to open the door for her.
That's grown. Get her from the door, walk her to the car. That's what I say. Chivalry ain't dead, man.
But those things, this is the thing though. That, like, if you know the person, you know the door number, you know all them sort of things, it's different. A lot of the time, first date, right, and sort of stuff, you just been told a postcode, for example. You're on the street. Before you know it, you're like, oh yeah, I'm here, this, that, and the third. I'm in this particular car. Before you know it, someone's knocking on your window. You know what I'm saying? It's not.
This is like it's people moving like the movies. We're
That's what I'm
romanticizing
saying.
this stuff, and in real life, it's not true. You don't have them expectations. Esther, if you met someone on a date, do you have an expectation for them to pick you up from your door? No, from your doorstep, though. You don't have that
This is what I'm
expectation
saying
of a
to
guy.
you. It's not like that.
It's not. That's like a movie thing. You don't have that expectation of him to knock and get you from the door. You'd be cool with him calling you from outside. Be honest. Don't look at me like that. Esther, would you want him to pick you up from the door? Just tell the
I don't know
truth.
why you calling my name? No, I don't. He doesn't need to pick me up from my front door.
See?
Wait. She said he doesn't need to pick me up from my front door. She can make her way to the car.
That's what I'm saying. So,
But that's not the question I'm asking you.
No, but
Yeah,
that's
but
what
then-
he
yeah, but with that
said,
guy,
and that's
he's
what you was
just-
gassing up. So,
Yeah, but that's him.
Yeah,
Like,
and I would respect that what he did.
because I've been
He
on
would.
dates where guys, they've come out, I've met them outside, but they've come out their car to open the door for me. It's about just who you are and essentially what you want to represent. I don't think it's a bad thing to like stand by the door. I would think that's really, really nice. Because I was going to ask, when you drop a woman home, do you wait for her to get inside the house or do you just drop her off and drive off?
you have to wait for her to get in the door.
Oh, is it?
100%, yeah.
Go wait,
That's
yeah?
where we draw the line. That's nice.
Go wait, yeah. Why do you have to wait?
Because I'm not. There's no way that I'm waking up at 3 a.m. in the morning and seeing your face on the news as the last time they saw it and you was with me. And I just know I need to be able to say I dropped her to her house and I saw her go in her door.
But that's the thing.
and
Some
I've
guys
done
don't
my
do
part.
that. Some guys don't do that. In the same way, some guys open the doors. Some guys don't wait for you to get inside your house. Some guys will wait for you to get inside your house. Some guys will come and actually pick you up from your front door, or at least say hello or whatever. If you live with somebody, they would say hello so the person knows who you're going out with. It's just different. People date differently.
Different
And bear in mind,
standards.
some women on the first date, they wouldn't even want you to come to their house because they don't know you yet.
I don't have guys come to my house on the first. If a guy's picking me up, I mean, I actually make my way. So if I get bored, I can leave. But if he is coming to pick me up, I tend to get them to pick me up. Like I would be somewhere else. I would go by a train station, or I would just be somewhere else. And when you drop me as well, I will be somewhere else. You will never know where it is I live. I've only done that one time. That's because I knew people that he knew, and I knew that if anything happened to me, I can find your ass.
Question. How about when you get to the restaurant? You letting her open the door
Oh gosh.
if she's in front?
Would you say?
When you get to the restaurant?
Would I let her open the door?
Yes.
I don't even think she'll be in the front
Chivalry's
anyway.
dead. Is that the question? Is that the question?
What happened?
So you lot. So wait. Actually, do you know what? Because maybe even before we even get there,
Ask me before
do you
you
open?
ask me before you do.
No,
anything.
you've already laid the ground.
I'm just saying, before you pass any judgment,
No.
ask me what you want to
Do you
know.
remember earlier you said to me that it doesn't matter what I say, you're not gonna care?
That was only 1 point.
No,
That's done now.
yeah,
No, that's
that's
done now.
fine.
I'm ready to care now.
No, but that was you. So now I don't care. Now this is my energy, right? So basically, are you the type to like go in the door first and not even hold the door? Like the door could hit her face, it might not hit her. You don't know.
No, I
You're not
hold
looking back to see whether she
impossible.
made it through the door.
I hold doors open.
So if she's
I hold
walking,
doors open for strangers. I hold doors
but
open.
would you open the door for her?
Yeah, I'll open doors. That's like chivalry's not dead in my yard.
But again, maybe this is my naivety, yeah. But I find it hard to believe that anyone does that though.
What
That
do
you
you
just
mean?
walk through the doors and you're with someone, you just let it go.
No, some people would do
That's
that.
crazy though. That means you
people do
came
that.
alone.
Let's not skip over the fact that you said that you're not going to open the door for her.
Who said that?
You did.
What? That wasn't your question. You said if she was there in the
What
front.
did I just ask?
What's the
If you
question?
went to the restaurant. Marks, what did I ask?
He asked you if you was in a restaurant. What did you do? Now, the answer didn't sound like. I can't remember exactly what you
Why
said. But it didn't
is
sound
this?
like.
I didn't even
This was
finish
just
saying what I was
seconds
saying.
ago.
Wait.
This is a
I
crazy
heard-
platform here.
Wait.
This is a crazy
I heard,
platform.
wait. I heard you say, what would you allow her to open the door or something if she was in front of you? Isn't that what you said? Yes or no?
I think I said that in the length of the question.
I thought that was the question.
No, but
you
that,
asked
the
me.
first question was, would you open the door for her?
To what? Of course I would. Of course I would. But I thought you asked me.
Why is she
only-
walking? Why is she walking in front
That's
of you?
exactly what I was getting on to say. That's exactly
No,
what I
why
said.
is she why is she walking in front of you?
But this is exactly what I'm saying. That wouldn't be the case.
You are such a criminal. You know you are a criminal, man. In fact, I might actually look to just clip that up. Babiel, I got this one.
Good.
No, because this is
Go back.
this is
Yeah, but if she was
gaslighting
on a date,
101.
if she was on a date for real, she shouldn't really be in front. If
This is
you
exactly
should
what
be
I'm saying,
leading her
though.
This is
into
crazy.
into the establishment anyway.
Let me just make a note of this. I beg you, give me a second.
When you
me?
walk, do you let
You
her
should be-
walk on the side of traffic?
No, I'd have to walk on the inside.
Okay.
Listen, I wasn't dragged up. I was raised up. I don't know what happened
Along the
I
way.
don't know.
I don't know what happened along the way.
No, I'm just talking about in this just this morning. Just this morning. Don't know what I said. I got lost in translation. I don't know who you think I am, but
It's too late, bro.
How did you know? How did you know?
You've chosen.
How did you know? You've chosen where you're at this morning.
you get me. Well, lucky we're here every day. Tomorrow we start again.
At the end of the day, they gotta end.
you
Fair.
get me?
I hear it.
But no, I'm a chauffeur. Shoot. Yeah, don't want to. You walk inside. You walk on the outside of the road. You should lead them into establishments. You should open doors. You should do all these things. I don't. Probably need to get. I don't pull out chairs and stuff like that. I probably need to add that to the repertoire. It's not in-
I think in general, if you're a man that wants a traditional woman, or you talk about traditional relationships a lot, and you try to bring up relationships of the past, you need to be doing all that stuff because that's really where it started from.
I think the pulling out chairs, you would do that innately if one, the restaurant is a particular type. Two, if there's a chair and it's in and she's dressed a particular way.
Oh, yeah.
I 100% believe that you do that.
I don't think so, you know. Not you. Well, if it applies, I don't know, but I don't think. I feel like stuff like that, yeah, it's either in you or it's not. So I don't think wherever you go, if you go into Nando's, like there's guys that pull out chairs for the girls in Nando's. They don't wait to go to the Mayfair restaurant. Sorry, babes. They don't wait to go to a Mayfair restaurant to do it. It's either in you or it's not.
So you're saying that he would sit down before she sits down?
I'm not saying anything about anybody. I'm just saying it's either in you or it's not.
Would you?
You don't wait to drive a nice car before you open the door for a girl.
That's true, you know?
Like it's just in you to
It's
do
just
that.
in you.
But morning, caller, who are we speaking to?
I don't understand what you're trying to do here.
Hello, it's Omari.
Good morning. What's your name?
What's your name?
Omari.
Morning,
Good morning,
Amari.
Mary. Talk to
Nice
us.
name.
Good morning. Just two things. On the first thing on the live location, I think that's more about communication and people just asking permission.
Sorry, Amari. Stacey reminded me I didn't tell the story properly. When she told him her location was on, he said, "You think if I wanted to hurt you, having your location on would do anything?" That was when she ran. So when you say communication,
Okay.
that's just what reminded me. Sorry,
So, but
carry on.
even in that, shouldn't there be a conversation where someone says, "Yo, I'm gonna send my location to my girls because it's about my safety,"
But then don't you think that if
and
I
then
tell
that
someone
person
that...
has the
But don't you think if say the person was a dodgy person and I tell them that, they just know now what to do. Like what they're aware now. It's like if you put a sign outside your house letting robbers know that, by the way, there's guns in this house. Don't you think that when they come then they're gonna come with the right equipment to disarm you?
But if that person says, "No, I'm not feeling that," you've that's your safety intact, and your safety is your safety.
Or
So isn't that leading in bad faith
they
though?
could just get rid of your phone. And now your location's off. And you're still with them.
Okay.
Because
So
I think
then-
the point I'm trying to make is that abusers, and not even just abusers, but people that do weird stuff like that, they're very, very cunning. That their personalities are very, very manipulative. So those kind of guys, you might actually find them being like, oh my gosh, I respect that. I always tell my sisters and my mom to do that as well because it's very important. The whole time, he's a sicko.
So then what is the actual solution?
Have your location and don't tell the guys. That's my solution. I have my
So
location
then
on people.
So then like Mark said, if somebody is like, I'm not feeling, because to me, and it's like Mark said, I would just think about myself. I would be like, it wasn't really about your live location. It's more the fact that you didn't ask permission. That's the part that I would kind of be annoyed about. And I don't think I would spaz out, but that would annoy me.
But you know what it is,
sorry to
though?
cut you
And
as well,
do you think
there's-
that person...
I think there's an aspect you have to take into it, yeah. And obviously, I'm not saying for you to feel sorry for people being brought up in certain lifestyles and stuff like that, yeah. Because if you haven't got nothing to worry about and you live straight-laced, yeah, then you should be... Essentially, you should be fine with all these things, innit? But I'm saying that, are they mixing with people that's from the hood, that's got certain trauma, certain PTSD, certain things happen to them from certain backgrounds? Because these are conversations that you kind of need to have. Like, their safety... Just like your safety is important, their safety is important, innit? Like, and my home is sacred to me. This is my sanctuary. You giving my address out to people is doing all kinds of anxiety. This is different what you're doing to me. You know what I'm trying to say? And you can't not be prepared to care about how I feel about this.
I hear you, but I think for me, what it really comes down to comes down to the reality of women. Like, if you honestly sit down with your female friends, the number of things that women have anxiety about on a normal day as it pertains to our safety is wild. Like, regularly. And the thing is as well, it's not about even feeling like you can trust the guy and whatnot. Like, the other day I saw a Facebook post here, and this woman was asking people to help her find a husband because he's a British man, right? She's American. He moved there wherever they got married. They had like 2 kids. I think they've got 2 kids. And one day he just disappeared. She hasn't heard from him in 2 years. When they found the guy, he's someone else's boyfriend somewhere else. Do you get what I mean? And even like that whole series of that woman on TikTok about why who the hell did I marry and whatnot. She was married to this man and she was like, even her situation, they moved on quick. But there's so many people in relationships, in marriages and stuff that find out stuff about their partner. And yes, of course, it works, both ways, men and women and stuff. But there's a lot of women, sometimes you just don't know who a guy is. People are very, very charming. So you can feel like you know someone and you can feel safe around them and stuff like that. But that's why I brought up the thing about when crimes occur, it tends to be someone that's close to you. They're not complete strangers. They're people that know your pattern. They know how you are. They know who you trust. They know all this kind of stuff. So I just think from the woman's standpoint, it's tricky. But I think as a person who would have their location on, like with me, it wouldn't be a thing where I'm just giving it to everybody. That's not something that, do you know what I mean? It wouldn't be like I don't even do a group chat location situation. It wouldn't be that unless I'm out in public where it's like everyone knows where the event is kind of thing. If I'm going to a guy's house, it will be someone that I'm closest to, that I trust. Do you get me? So it wouldn't be like your address isn't being leaked. It's just, this is where I'm at. If you haven't heard from me at this time, check in on me, because this are the things that women have to do. Women literally, the way we check in on each other when it comes to our safety, when it is that we go out together, how we all get home, all that kind of stuff. Like, you wouldn't, in situations and for some friendship groups, you wouldn't have just one person in a cab by themselves. You would come to my house then, and then I might then drop you home by my car. Do you get me? Like, there's so many things women have to take into consideration. So with the location, it's not necessarily about like, her trying to get one up on the guy or not considering your feelings and stuff. It's just the normal it's unfortunately normal, as in it's been normalized, but the normal anxieties that women face every single day about their safety, about how it is that you dress, about where you go to places. Like, these are things that literally, I don't remember a day where I never had to think about any of these things. I've never had one day on earth since I've been conscious that I'm a girl where I've never had to think about my safety since I was a kid.
Certain type of men have to consider these things as well. I've had people's addresses in my phone.
I hear that.
Yeah, like, just, I'm here. Like, this is where I am. If you can't, like, I'm here. I just got here. Boom, boom, this is where I am. It works both ways. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, obviously, again, I think it probably speaks to a certain type of man, though. I think if you're just like a straight-laced 9-to-5 civilian type of guy, I don't think that should be your first thoughts. And I think the onus should be on protecting the woman and stuff like that. So I think it's different. But I just think it's different type of people and from different backgrounds, different upbringings. You have to just consider different things. You get me?
And I think unfortunately, sometimes some good guys who wouldn't harm women, who wouldn't abuse them, like, all that stuff. Unfortunately, the guys who do have ruined it for you guys. And so unfortunately, it's a thing where you just have to, it's just the society we live in, unfortunately. Like, unfortunately, this society we have to live in. And so you just have to deal with it. Just have to deal with it, unfortunately.
That's true.
But yeah, sorry, Omari.
This the second one, a bit more lighthearted. People are dishonest when they date, man. Absolutely
Speak on it,
dishonest.
man.
You tell him.
Listen, if Rihanna says open the door, I'm opening the door. If someone I'm unsure about,
Rihanna wouldn't have to say it.
Open the door.
Rihanna wouldn't have to say it.
I'm
to
not
you.
opening it. I might think, nah, man.
Shucking and driving around the whip when Rihanna's walking up.
That's what. Listen,
And
people
that's
are
not the problem,
dishonest,
you know,
man.
But anyway, another day maybe.
And because the thing is, yeah, if it's somebody you're unsure about and you're arguing from minute one, yeah, you're thinking, nah, man, I'm driving home. I'm gone. If it's someone like, yo, this girl might be the one, you know, you in your mind, subconsciously, you're like, you know what? Let me just go and open the door. And that's all it comes down to.
There's got to be jeopardy there, man. When she's having that and you're having that standoff and you're looking over there, you've got to say, if it's not that, because if there's
Exactly
any little
that.
disdain that pops up, you're driving off. You need to understand, like, there's got to be fear of loss here for you to get out and open that door after that standoff. You get me? For you to swallow some pride and some type of self-respect. Something's got to be good to you. Something's got to get good. You got to look there and say, you know what, the juice here is worth the squeeze. You know, normally, I won't even take this shit, but this thing's too buff.
But this is why I say though, even to women though, because a guy telling, that's why I said that interaction was way too long. A guy telling me, like, or me seeing on a guy's face that normally, like, he's considering whether or not he should do that. Sorry, I'm out. What do you mean normally I wouldn't do this, but for you I will?
Don't you respect that?
No.
There's levels. He's shouting. There's levels.
Yeah,
and brackets.
but you see that, yeah.
Why, okay, what is that will make you open a woman's door? When you say that you're looking at, you're like, normally I wouldn't do this, but for you I will. Why?
I'm just hypothetical. For me personally,
Buffness.
like I said,
He said buffness.
yeah, well, this goes a long way. Yeah.
Okay.
Buffness goes a
And
long
then
way.
the end game.
People
is
are
that one of
dishonest,
them?
man.
What's the end game?
When Lauren Hill said they just want one thing.
Now the end game don't matter.
So but that's the thing, because I feel like a woman shouldn't be. Society is so messed up, man. Because how you treat a woman shouldn't be dependent on how good looking you think she is.
That's
But
fucked
that's
up.
true.
But that's how men.
The thing is,
that's life.
women allow toxic things as well by how much they like the man.
Yeah,
And
you
normal.
accept behaviors from men, but by how attractive you think they are.
No, how much I like him.
You're not letting
Yeah,
these
but- and I
short
said
kings
like.
disrespect you.
How
But
much
you're
I
not
like
meant to do that, though.
No, but even Omari,
Yeah,
Omari, you
that's
just
the point.
said that women allow things from guys because of how much they like them. You're allowing things of women because of how you're objectifying them. That's different.
That's how we like. That's what we
Yeah,
like.
that's date one, man.
Yeah,
That's
'cause it's also that's day
Day
one as
one,
well.
what
So there's no
else am I meant
substance
to
there.
look
The initial attraction is physical always until you build up substance, isn't it?
To be fair, though, I think ultimately, anyway, with all these things, it works for people who it works for. It doesn't work for some people that it doesn't work for. Again, like I said to Brent, it's either in you or it's not in you. And the guys that it's in them, you know that it's in them. You don't ever have to have that conversation about it. But even guys that it's not in them, maybe they never considered it, no one's ever asked them, and you let them know, like, you see how it is that they react to doing it. They're intentional about doing that because they know that's something that you like. I don't think they're not weighing up your buffness or you're not buffness.
Everybody has different standards and expectations that they set for themselves, and you can usually pick it up on people. So I don't have to, like, maybe to say like I open doors every single time or I've done it, whatever. You can also be with people that you can pick up on their vibe and you can see that this is not an issue for them. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, this is not this is not going to bother them.
And
It's
this
not
is the
going
thing,
to feel any way
that's
that
important.
you open the door, whatever like that. So everybody's standards and the expectations are different, and I think you just have to just manage them as you get into situations. Obviously, as a man or even as a woman, you should hold standards for yourself, and you should have non-negotiables that you move in every situation, which is cool. But again, you will read on things and you'll pick up on things, and like if you see the girl and you go to pick her up and she just power walking towards the whip and you know she's going to open it and bust it, then there's no need for you to get out and open the door because she's got this, if that makes sense. Like, so I think you just have, every situation is different. You just have to just play it out. Like, play the game that's in front of you, you get me? Play the game, not the occasion, Brent.
If you say so. In my head, I'm not going to be going to collect any girl that I don't really think is amazing. Do you understand?
Honestly, you want to move
Not
the world for her,
wasting
man.
dates on people I'm not interested in.
See, there's the dishonesty. Because you don't know
So, Omari,
that
don't
until
project.
you actually
Don't
meet
be
someone,
projecting
man.
on this man.
You know, I don't even go on dates full stop. Yet I'm going to be wasting time on people I don't like.
No, you
know
know,
what?
you
No,
can't
but
compare
Omari,
Brent,
you
you
know
can't
you
compare
like
Brent
them.
to the rest of
It's
these
day
Negroes.
one.
as well.
This is what I always
Crazy.
find funny because sometimes someone will say something that this is how they live or this is what they do, but because you, lack of respectfully, because you don't live like that or incapable of living as such, now they're lying.
Yeah,
No,
you can't project,
people
and
are
you can't,
different.
especially with Brent. With me getting to know Brent, I can't. There's no way I could project it onto Brent. Brent holds himself to different
No,
standards to most
I'm
people that I know.
saying it's
So I
it's
wouldn't compare
date
him to the rest
one.
of these
So you
Negroes.
don't know if that person's amazing or not.
You do, man.
That's
He
date
would have
one.
took his time
Some
and
people
done
have
his
the
due
aura of
diligence
devil
while
around them.
getting to know him. That's
I
what he's
don't do
saying.
blind dates.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. He said he wouldn't go be glad to pick up someone that he don't already think is amazing because he's
Yeah.
done his due diligence, he's had his conversations, he's made up his mind on what he thinks of this person already. It's not just done on a whim, innit?
Yeah, I've never been with a guy with a
That's true.
With a guy I don't know. Like, we've definitely had conversations and stuff. I think about
But that's-
safety way
but-
too much for that.
Yeah,
People that
that's
do
true.
first
But
dates and this is the
also,
first time you're meeting the person. Oof,
They're exciting.
you're not sharing. You're not scared about life. What were you gonna say, Omari? Sorry.
but what I'm saying is it's date one, and I agree with Brent. You should only date people who you think are amazing. But you might also change your mind
About the
and think,
amazingness.
not for me. Yeah, and that happens.
Yeah, but not for me doesn't mean they're
So in
not
them
amazing.
situations-
They're just not for me. They're amazing, but they're not for me.
But that's what I'm saying. You have to weigh it up, and you'll be like, actually, you know what? I did my due diligence, but not for me. So I'm going to go a different direction.
No, 100%. But I would still look
And
to
that-
go
but
through
that happens.
the opening up the door, seeing her off, all that kind of crap. Even if it is, I
You say all that kind of
feel
crap?
that crack, all that kind of crack. Even if it is, I feel that the date wasn't right or the girl, wasn't for me. I will still go through that because I'm still my mother's son.
Yeah, I agree with that. You always got to be a gentleman.
You
Always
said
gotta
that.
be a
Ah,
gentleman.
Love that.
It's too late.
Forced out.
That does nothing, Omari. You said everything you said.
You
said be a
know
gentleman.
what?
Boy,
You know
bye.
why it don't matter? You know why it don't matter? Because if they like you, they like you, and if they don't, they don't.
You just don't lie to yourselves. Women are always growing to like guys. I wish men would grow to like me.
Oh
Actually,
my
no.
gosh.
So you see that
Listen, man, don't grow to like me, man.
We were saying that men treat women differently depending on how much they like them or looks or stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're saying women don't do that. What about is there other social settings, like say like money, social standards and stuff like that? If a man's got more money, then you let him, then you accept certain different things. There's something that the women allow because of what the men have.
Yeah, I think that absolutely. Like, I think ultimately what it comes down to is about your interests. Me, money doesn't move me. By the grace of God, I've seen money. So money doesn't. Do you know what I mean? Money doesn't move me. So a guy can't. Because a lot of times, but guys that flaunt money, that's all they have. There's no game. There's no nothing. All they bring to the table is money, and it speaks to the way they treat you afterwards. So I feel like ultimately it's about what it is that you're looking for in a partner. And so there are women who will let a lot of things slide because he has money, like because he buys me nice bags and takes me on holidays and da. They let a lot of stuff slide. But there's also women who, I don't know, for feelings and whatnot, and they're trying to see if they can change him and what they like the challenge of it. So that's human beings though. But I just think that if you've got a standard, there's always somebody that meets your standards. I don't think that you should have to bring your standard lower because people don't think that you're gonna get that, or because the people you're speaking to don't live like that. I think that's silly. Like a guy can't. If I say that I need guys to open the door for me, someone can't tell me I'm being unrealistic.
Well, to say
you're not
that made me
open-
think of that girl.
I
Yeah,
agree
because
with
there was backlash online from that some girl done something. I don't know. I think one of them celebrities was talking about whatever standards they got for themselves, but then the girl was saying that like all you lot shouldn't have this woman standards, like because you're not this woman basically.
And I think that's wild. I hate when people say stuff like that. I hate when people say that you're not pretty enough to have certain standards, or guys don't have money enough to have certain standards, or they're not tall enough to have certain standards. I just think all of that stuff is foolishness and it's shallow. I think it's stupid. People have the standards that they have based on like their lives and what they're doing and stuff like that. I don't think you should dictate people's standards because you lack it.
Yeah, and that's dangerous. That is dangerous. That is a rude message to put out there to tell someone you're not good looking enough to have self-respect.
I think that's
But it's
wild.
like, that's crazy.
Is it self-respect though?
Well, whatever word you want to use,
It
but
is
the
though, because
standards that
even
you
when,
want to put on them,
Yeah.
yeah, it is.
Because even that Risa Tisa woman, when she got cheated on, people were like, yeah, but to fair, people were in the comments saying, yeah, but she, she's a fat black woman, so
Who's that?
the one that had Legion.
But you see,
Oh, okay.
you see where the issue comes in though.
Sorry, Omari, say that again.
The issue comes in because, and I agree. I think every person on the planet should have the highest standards, and you should have things that that should be your non-negotiables.
Yeah.
Things like this and that skit, so to speak, come in because people lower their standards and they let people in.
Word.
So then that's the issue. Why are you letting people in?
And that's why I said that conversation went on way too long.
Yeah. That's way too trivial, man. Way too trivial.
Yeah.
And then you have to say to yourself, okay, is someone opening the door for me a non-negotiable?
Yeah, people say that as well, but I don't even know if I believe in stuff like that, Because people are like, yeah,
I
but
think
he's
there's certain
great,
things
he does
that you
all of
can't
this great
negotiate
stuff,
on.
but he doesn't open the door for me. So am I willing to let go of this man because he doesn't open the door? Yeah, because that's not a man for me. And I think that's part of the problem of how it is that people encourage women to settle in relationships. If this is something that I've always wanted, and I say that I've always wanted it, and you're coming to tell me that, oh, yeah, but he's a great guy. No, but he's not great. He's not all the way great for me because he doesn't tick all my boxes.
Yeah, but then obviously it's priority on boxes because how great can this man be if you're prepared to fuck him off because you don't open doors?
But think about it though. A great man, if I let him know, do you know what, this is something that I've always wanted, it's something that I care about, he will adopt that. He will adopt it because it's no skin off his nose to open a door for you. Because if you say to him, it makes me feel like a lady, I feel respected when you do that. A man who cares about you, who loves you, will do that. In the same way, if he said to me like, oh, you don't do this, but I don't know what a guy could say to me. I don't know what a need a guy could have that I don't meet. If I care about you enough and I like you enough and I want to build this, I will add it to the things that I do for you. It's simple. When you care about people, you're able to just implement things.
Do you like a man that pumps your petrol?
I wouldn't mind that. Sometimes I'll be cold standing there doing it myself. But for me, that's not one of the things that's like a non-negotiable for me. But if a guy did that, that would be nice.
Would you feel like it's half the job if, for example, because obviously it's your car, innit, right?
Yeah.
So you drive, you pull up to the petrol station, it's cold. You're like, oh, it's cold. He's like, oh, don't worry. Goes out, he does it for you, and then comes in and asks for your card to go and pay.
I don't mind stuff like that. Because it's about like, you clock that I feel the inconvenience of having to do it myself and you've stepped in for me. I think that's a relationship.
Me pumping your petrol don't mean I'm paying for it.
No, but that's the impression. And some people like, why would you?
But there's some women that will have standards of like, oh, he should have paid for it. But for me, that's not that deep for me because he's done the part that was harder for me. And I appreciate that.
That's why communication is key. Because if you're gonna go and do something like that, you gotta let her know. So how much do you want in here? You get what I'm trying to say? I want to make sure I don't go over your budget. How much do you want?
But then she might think, let me just say 20, so I'm not pushing it. You know what I'm saying? Thinking he's going to pay. Communication has to be clearer.
Yeah, man. Okay, you just gotta find who you like and just make it work with them how you can, man.
People go above and beyond for people that they like.
Honestly.
And like, talk is cheap, but people will show you who they are. Yeah. You get what I'm trying to say? They will show you who they are and they'll show you what they want. And man will go above and beyond for someone that they like.
I've gone above and beyond. I did things I did not think I would ever do. But because I cared about him and I cared about his well-being, I was like, okay, yeah. But again, it wasn't inconvenient for me to do it. It was no skin off my nose to do it. And it was something that he liked. And I was like, okay, do you know what? I can do that. That's just how it works.
And a lot of people just be in little trivial, meaningless relationships because then they will find someone that will find them and they think it's acting out of character because saying, right, I don't usually do all this stuff, but I'm prepared to go and do this and I'm prepared, or I'm thinking about it when she's out and picking up little stuff and it's thinking, that's weird because I don't usually do that. It's not weird because you finally like this person. You just keep fucking around people that you don't really care about because you're just trying to just want to chop or whatever it may be. So you're not going to do none of this stuff for these people because you don't give a fuck about these people. You know what I'm trying to say? When you actually meet someone that you actually like, your experience, your dating experience is totally
very different, man. I always say there's a lot of people in relationships that usually don't like each other.
Right.
Then again, stay together so they don't bring that bad vibe to the rest of us.
Question: what chivalrous acts do women of today require?
Well, Stacey could have told us. She's asked the question. The woman. She's asking the men or the women or the woman.
What have you, Omari? Can you answer this question from the women that you've been dating? What have they required from you as pertaining to chivalry?
Being organized. You got to plan the date. And I think even just the courtesy of asking, should I pick you up? Or do you want to meet you there? Should I call you at Uber? Things like that.
Oh, it's for a woman, sorry.
Oh, for a woman.
Yeah, because no, you can answer still, but she previously in the chat said, Esther, what chivalrous acts do you require? So I'll answer after you. We're going to Amari.
I think you just have to. I know it sounds really cliche, but you just have to be a man.
What
Like,
does that mean?
you actually have to be a man and take
not
the
a man
lead.
yesterday. So what does being a man mean?
Like you,
Facts.
you know when they say you have to lead.
Let's be clear. Some of y'all don't think he was a man, and I look at the ones that don't think he was a
You
man
have to-
as not men. So who are men? Who are men?
I think you have to lead, and it has to be natural. And you know, like there's a lot of rhetoric online about submission and whatever. When a man is a man and a woman is a woman, things just naturally happen very nicely, and the chivalry isn't really spoken about because it just happens. And that's just what I've seen from my perspective.
Does paying for stuff count as chivalry? I don't really let women put their hand in their pocket if I'm with them.
I'm the same.
Is that misogyny or
can't.
is that chivalry?
That's a positive.
That's a baller.
I think it's just you doing things that you want to do for somebody you really like.
Yeah, but then
And
what
you
about
don't-
when you get,
you want
obviously
them
in this
to-
day and age, there's women are in the workforce, a lot of the women are out earning the men, you know what I'm trying to say? And they don't want to feel that they need anybody or feel tethered to anybody. So then what happens when you get that woman that wants to be super independent and talk about, I'm trying to pay, I got this, and then you have that standoff. Where does that come from then? Because if you're giving her pushback saying, listen, you're a woman, you shouldn't pay for nothing, I'm a man, I got this, and they start telling you back, that's misogynistic views, this is 2024. Where do we go from here?
I mean, it is.
You gotta have a.
I just want to treat you. You don't have to tell me I'm a woman. I'm very
Yeah,
aware.
you got to have a conversation about. You see, when people say that, you definitely have to have a conversation about. That's not true. People need each other. Nobody's an island. People need emotional support. They need things. They need social interaction.
You know,
Whether that be from somebody they like or love, they need that.
a lot of
So it's very hyper independent, and that idea, I hear it, and I hear that people want to be independent, and I hear what women are saying, but people do need people, and you have to have a conversation about that.
You know, to add to that, a lot of women that, well, I don't want to say a lot, but some women who are hyper independent like that is because they've always been let down. So they don't want to put themselves in a position where you get to let me down. I don't ask things of people. I don't ask things of men. I don't ask things of men. I have expectations, yes. But like, I wouldn't, because I don't want you to let me down. Because I've been let down before. So, do you get me? So when it is a woman like, and also a lot of guys think that throwing money at women is enough. And because you throw money at me now, or you spent money on me, that means I owe you stuff. I've paid to get out of a date before because I was not going to let him think that because he's paid, I owe him anything. Do you get what I mean? So unfortunately, because there's this exchange or this culture of a guy pays for something, you got like, there's this exchange of services when it comes to a guy paying for something, then you do something back for him sexually or whatever. That's why sometimes some women are like, do you know what? No. So that line is not blurred. Let's just not.
It's mad because everybody's. I've literally.
Remember that girl that said about the guy spent £20 on her? She was like, "Oh, you're not gonna let him whack bum." It's an embarrassing thing I ever saw on the internet.
I've literally been in a situation where we've gone out as a mixed group, boys and girls, and it's not even people dating. Some of us are friends, whatever it may be. It's nothing like that. It's just a mixed group, and we've gone and we've done what we're doing, eating, drinking, and the bills come. A man said, none of the girls ain't paying.
Yeah,
you get me? Man, them get your money up. None of the girls ain't paying.
Yeah,
and then heard a girl stand up on some. Don't speak. You're not speaking for me, kind of thing.
Kidding me. With the other girls looking at her like, "Girl, sit down." Girl,
My
sit down.
gosh.
It's your bitch
Go
ass.
brunch tomorrow.
No, but I'm like, don't speak for me. I've got the rest of the 10. It's like, what are you doing here? Like that. Just
But you know what it is,
accept the, like, what the hell are we doing here? Like,
But you know what
this
speaks
can't be
to
what we're
though?
beefing over.
It's what you were saying earlier though. It's sometimes people's experiences. So she might have been in a situation where literally a guy's talked down to her or treated her down because of how it is that because he spent money on her. Because again, we live in a society where people don't deal with things that they've been through. So she might have had that a lot of times. You get what I mean? Where guys would talk to her anyhow or treat her anyhow. So even when it's a friend, she doesn't know how to separate that. She doesn't understand that, this is just my friend. Or she might have had friends who were just friends and then they've tried to cross that line. So unfortunately, with a lot of things that people do, a lot of behaviors people have, it comes from somewhere. But because people don't spend time and trying to figure out, why do you think the way you think? Why do you have these habits? Why do you have these behaviors? Why do you have these attitudes towards certain things in society? Unfortunately, it's always going to manifest in different ways. So you'll be looking like it's not that deep. But then for her, based on whatever she might have been through, could be very deep. In the same way, though, you have women who have been on dates, and I've heard guys say that where the woman just expects him to pay because I guess they think it's a gentleman thing to do. But he's offended. He's annoyed. Why have you just assumed I'm going to pay? Because again, he's been in situations where girls have probably used him or girls have taken advantage, not you, but have taken advantage of the fact that he's a generous guy. So do you get me? It works both ways for people.
Yeah, but if he's asked, if you're the man and you initiated this person and you want their time and all that, you should expect the onus should be on you to pay for this meal. That's the expectation. That's the standard. I'll be honest with you.
Because if a guy pays for first date, second date's on me.
All dates. I never see it that way.
I think all dates.
All dates?
All dates. I'll be trying to pay for all dates. And
if
we date
I agree with Mark.
Yeah, for the same person.
How many
dates? Person. I'm trying to pay for all dates.
As in throughout, even in relationships.
In perpetuity. But that's my attitude. That's what I'm on. But once we build,
maybe you do deserve that wedding band. All dates.
This is what I'm on. But what I'm trying to say is, if we build that relationship, and we are dating that much, there are times when, especially if you're a good woman and you see me paying for all these dates, what are you gonna say?
Something. Yeah.
You know what, fella?
Yeah.
I've got today. We've got that relationship where we're in. I don't mind because I know what I do and I know what I'm on. It's like, handle it.
Do you know what's interesting though? There are guys that take offense to them offering to pay for the date and the girl offers because they're like, do you know what I mean? So it's tricky. It's just tricky. But I think with all, like for me, the reason why I reacted that way about all dates is because I don't like taking from people. I don't like people but again, that comes from situations I've been in the past. Do you get what I mean? Which is obviously I'm dealing with it. But that's why I would react that way. But for me, I'm not comfortable just taking from somebody. I can't, we can't be going on dates all the time and you pay. I've been in a situation like that where he paid for the dates, but then when we do other things, I would pay for it. Because I know that every time we go on a date, he's always paying. So if we're going to be at home and get a takeaway or whatever, I'm paying for that. Do you get me? But I feel like there has to be some kind of balance, man. But I like balance. So.
You see what Brent said about dating amazing people and dating someone you think is amazing. When you do that, things are not transactional.
Word.
So
because it's never gonna be 50-50.
As a man, when you dating someone you think is amazing, you're not thinking about I'm paying for this date, I'm paying for this date. You're just thinking I'm spending time with this person.
Yeah.
And you know what? I want to spend time with her, and the money isn't anything. So as a man, you just pay, and whether that be date 1, 2, 3, it don't really matter. And if at one time she says, you know what, you've done this, you've paid for this many days, you know what, this is on me. It is what it is, but over time, it just becomes you're spending time with each other.
It's not transactional, because it's like give and take, innit? I'm a man, I like acts of service, and the people will do for me. So there might be times if a gal would run through the supermarket and go and get some stuff and pattern up and put this in your yard and rest of the if she's done it out of her own pocket, I'm not questioning it. I wouldn't even, if that's the gesture she's done, I wouldn't even feel a way to offer to pay it back or whatever. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, there's times when, like, just back and forth, I'm going to be spending money on you, you're going to be spending money on me. It's not a competition. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, if we're here, we're working together and we're moving in that light. If you're a nice person, even like as a woman, you wouldn't just let the guy just do and give. You're gonna find some way to bring some value to this relationship and give back in your own way anyway. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, when it's working right anyway. Because if you got someone that's just a leech and just taking and just expecting, after a while, that's probably gonna rub you the wrong way as well. And you're gonna realize, maybe this situation ain't working for me. I prefer to give to someone that appreciates it and that deserves it. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think it comes down to that because some guys, like, it's about your love languages, essentially. And I think that if you're with somebody and it's a partnership, you show up for each other in your love languages. And you can't, it's not always measurable. Like, it's never going to be 50-50, like, split down the middle. But if I know that you like acts of service, but I know that you like to pay for stuff, you be paying for stuff, but I will be serving you to your acts, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Acts, services. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I think it's just really about But I also feel like the way you can get there is by communicating. Like, it's communicating, but not just communicating, but like communicating with somebody who also wants to communicate and who's understanding and comprehension. Like, there's a lot of stuff in there. Because again, you're learning each other and you're discovering things that you both like and don't like and stuff like that. But I think a lot of times people just take their. I also think people cosplay other people's dating experiences, but that might be a conversation for another day. Some of you haven't been through the thing that you're saying you've been through.
Amari, thank you very much for the call.
Thanks,
It's been
Amari.
amazing.
But
Yeah,
to
man.
answer Stacey's
No
question,
worries.
so what chivalrous acts? The things I don't even think of them as. Actually, well, I don't think of them as that because in my mind it should be that this is my standards. But I like kind guys. I like thoughtful people or thoughtful guys. What chivalrous acts are there? Yeah, yeah. If we're walking, you can't have me walking outside of the on the where I could get hit by a bicycle or a bike or a car. That's why I think you should be able to give your life for me. Jesus did say, "Love me like the church," and He died for the church. What else is there? I don't know. Just being a gentleman. I can't think of actual acts, but yeah, being a gentleman, but not lording it over me. Because when we asked Omari, I forgot to bring this up to him. When we asked Omari about, he was very quick to bring up lead. I hate men that bring up lead and submission. No.
You don't want a leader. Ain't your ideal scenario find a man that you can submit to, if that makes sense. Because you was raised in the church and that's the language that they're using. That's so you understand that mindset.
Loving the gun in the church.
No, but
I-
ideally,
but-
ain't it finding a man that's worthy enough so that you don't feel any lesser than
A man
as
that
a
can trust-
woman
absolutely.
submitting to it?
Exactly. I don't feel any lesser. A lot of men bring up lead because they make the women feel like lesser. Like I'm ahead and you're just tagging along behind me, not standing beside me. Of course, I want someone who can lead the household, but then he will also know that I have skills and I will be leading the household in certain areas as well. We're both leading. But not someone who like lords it over. I don't like guys that. I feel like guys that bring it up very quickly are the ones that want to lord it over you. And I have zero tolerance for that because half the time they're never leaders anyway. I'm weak. But, yeah,
Cool. Guess we can wrap it up.
wonderful. Let's get into our next headlines.
All right. So our next headline. Did you guys hear about the solar eclipse?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, basically the next headline is about that, man. So there's a total solar eclipse which swept across North America on Monday afternoon, giving tens of millions of people in Mexico, the US, and Canada the chance to witness a rare and dazzling celestial show. So almost 32 million people were in the path of totality as the moon's shadow crossed over the Mexico-Texas border at lunchtime and traversed 15 states over the next hour and a half. Those who got to experience it were treated to a remarkable and surprisingly, emotional display that won't be seen again in the US until 2044. Cities were plunged into sudden darkness, chilled by a precipitous drop in temperature, and also felt the stillness of twilight in the middle of the day. Stacey, did you see it? Have you guys seen
Yeah,
that?
she said it was really cool.
Oh, sorry. Have you guys seen a solar eclipse?
Yeah,
In
Nigeria.
real life? I think I've seen one.
I saw one in Nigeria when I was younger.
There was one over here.
There's one
few
here,
years
I'm
back,
pretty
innit?
sure.
I'm
Yeah.
sure. I
Maybe
think
that's
I've seen
what
one. I feel like I have.
It's been in myself.
When I was in my school days or something.
No,
Yeah,
there was one
back
more
in-
recent than that, though.
It was more
Like
recent.
there was one more. Or was it a lunar one, though?
That was a lunar eclipse more
Maybe it was a
recently,
lunar,
innit?
yeah.
We had a proper eclipse one time.
In primary school.
Was it primary school? Yeah, see, then there you go. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, our next headline takes us to Niger, where the ruling junta has doubled down on its demand that US troops withdraw, dealing a blow to Washington's security interests in the Sahel. Last month, military leader General Abdurrahman Tiani ordered US troops to leave after ending a military agreement. At least 650 US personnel are stationed in Niger to monitor jihadist activity. And in a statement on Sunday, Niger's junta said that they had not benefited from the US military deal, as it turned out to be a fool's bargain. It accused the US of exploiting Niger and interfering in its internal affairs and seeking to control its foreign relations. In that particular statement, it says, "How can we talk about the interests of Niger when the Americans stationed here refused to provide us with the coordinates of the bases of the terrorists who mourn us daily? How can we talk about the interests of Niger when the US does not pay a single kopek, which is a Russian unit of money, to Niger for stationing its forces in our territory?" The US State Department and Pentagon have downplayed Niger's rejection of the military agreement, saying that talks between the two countries are continuing and Niger's military junta initially appeared to have a favourable stance toward the US, but turned to Russia after severing their ties with France last year. And our last headline, this I don't know if this is a good thing for you guys, but a leading scientist was speaking to the BBC and pretty much said that climate change could move into uncharted territory if temperatures don't fall by the end of the year. Obviously not the climate change, but about the temperatures being hot. Apparently it's going to be a very hot this year, basically. The warning came as data showed last month was the warmest March on record, extending a run of the monthly temperature towards 10 in a row. It's fueled concerns among some that the world could be tipping into a new phase of even faster climate change. A weather system called El Nino is behind some of the recent heat. Temperatures should temporarily come down after El Nino peters out in coming months, but some scientists are worried that they might not. And that's pretty much it for the headlines. Time to pay them bills.
All right, let's get into Word on Road.
All right, just before we move on, Margs, did you hear that ISIS has apparently threatened to attack all the stadiums hosting the Champions League games today?
What?
This week, sorry.
What is
It's
that?
alleged,
Fact?
though.
Yeah, it's reported on the Madrid zone. And yeah, look at the picture.
Ain't no fucking way. Swear they find this picture on ISIS.com or something?
It was from another publication, and they got sent the picture.
So they're trying to, are the games postponed or something?
I don't think that they would postpone the games. I think they would just take extra
Security measures.
precautions
What are they doing this for?
because they want to steal our joy.
Because it's Arsenal's best chance of winning the Champions League in years.
Arsenal? Why you just mention it's all of the Champions League
I'm just
games?
saying, obviously I thought it was an Arsenal thing. You know.
You saying ISIS are United fans?
I was going to say, do you think ISIS would don't support Arsenal?
I just
They
pick a
said, not
side.
on my watch.
Is this legit?
Well, that's what's been reported, isn't it? But
Some
the
of these
security
people,
forces
man.
have been alerted, so they're extra vigilant.
People don't like good things, man. Why do you mess with the Champions League for? Like, of all things. That's crazy.
Absolutely crazy.
Right, I hope everybody's safe and I hope the games go ahead.
Benefit, yeah.
People will die.
Yeah.
That'll ruin people's nights. All right. The boys, the girls, everybody's fighting, man. And I'm just like, I'm over it. I'm kind of sad there, but not about Wale and Meek. Okay.
Yeah, I want to know about these two things: the Meek stuff and the JT stuff. Because
Brent.
help me. Wait a minute. Is Young Miami or JT any one of P Diddy's girlfriends?
Young Miami is JT, is PDD's girlfriend.
PD's girl.
All right. So
Because she's
Young Miami is the bad
Carisha.
one.
She act bad.
Okay.
That's what Diddy's song was.
And the JT girl is the good one.
Yeah, she's the one that's not aligned
Alright.
to Diddy, but she's going out with Lil Uzi
Lil
Vert.
Uzi's girl, innit?
Oh, serious?
Yeah.
She has been for a while.
Yeah, they
Good
live
for
together and
nothing.
everything.
Okay. So
Yeah.
it's a black couple.
Yeah, they're black couple and
Yeah.
they're both in relationships, but personally I think the relationship is what broke it down. But
And are these two city girls?
yes,
Yeah.
so they're the city
Oh,
girls.
so they're the one who started the culture shift.
the period. All of that
Made
stuff.
all the girls be whores, then go get
And then
relationships.
go get relationships.
Yeah, this is what
Okay.
it is.
And the type of relationship they went into.
That's crazy.
They're still city girls because their relationships were being funded. JT said that
Fair
Uzi
enough.
didn't make her pay for nothing. And we all know what Diddy.
Okay, so the city girls
So
still
they're
up.
still girls are still up.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so we'll talk about Meek and Wale first though. So Meek is just a character. I don't know. I don't know what he's just a character. Basically, obviously the whole rest are gone.
Do you think he might have special needs?
Who, Meek?
Yeah.
Got some needs.
Because how he types.
Yeah.
Sorry, is he? Can
He's
he
on the
write?
spectrum. He's on the spectrum, you think?
And I just think I just don't think he's smart.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I just don't think he's no, but not like. I just don't think he's an intelligent guy
Like academically.
academically. I don't think he's got anything. I don't think he's got anything. I just don't think he's just the grapiest in the bunch.
He makes some questionable decisions. He's just a hood nigga, and you're just watching it play out
In real time.
In real time with the world's eyes. It's not.
I think, do you know what it is as well? Because what I'm clocking with a lot of stuff, obviously we've seen a lot of like beefs and stuff going on, yeah? I'm talking about the ratchet ones, not J. Cole and them, but I'm talking about like all these people that just keep beefing. Yeah. You know that what I've clocked is that there's just normal people that rose to fame. And when they rise to fame, like celebrities today are not like celebrities back in the day. Then we were media trained, they knew how to conduct themselves, all that stuff. There's none of that today. So you can just be a normal person. Like Lil Nas X was a barb. Just a normal barb. And he's one of he's a big artist. So a lot of the celebrities they're just that. So I feel like with Meek, he's just a normal guy and he's just made it.
But he's got talent though, because I get what you're saying. The mindset, the celebrity that we grew up in from that age group, the majority of them, maybe not all, but the overwhelming majority of them were extremely talented for something in one type of field or whatever it may be. In this day and age, there's a lot of people that are celebrities for just existing. For just being alive, for not necessarily having any talent. Obviously, it's a new currency. There's probably talent to being able to navigate this land space or whatever, but it's just different to us, isn't it? There's a lot of people that are popular and famous for absolutely no reason. So but then you're tarring everybody with the same brush because Meek's talented.
No, Meek is talented.
You know what I'm trying to say?
But I'm talking more about in terms of, I'm talking more to how it is that when you said we see how. We're just basically watching things play out with him online. That's what I'm talking to. In that there's no celebrity, there's no media training there. Yeah. So that's why he's just a hood guy.
He's no different.
He's just a normal guy.
He's no different to the man on the streets.
He just has money.
He's just a millionaire and everybody's singing like. You get what I'm trying to say?
You know what I mean?
And that's what it is. The Meek's just the hood nigga.
So you say he's a hood N, right?
Hood N.
Because when I'm reading his tweets, he's saying, "Hey, y'all don't understand. I'll kill you in real life."
Like,
when
he
you
says
buck
stuff.
me, I'll kill you. It's like I don't like he talks a lot. He types a lot. Like he types what's in his
100%.
mind that he shouldn't actually be saying.
But did you see
in
him
real life
say
anyway?
Yeah. Did you see when he said
you
that
don't
he
buck
used it as a
someone
diary?
in the dancery and say, "Hey, don't mess with me," because if it is that we were outside here, I'll kill you.
And you're a celebrity, you know.
You're doing too much advertising.
Yeah.
So I don't believe you after a while. Do you understand?
No, I believe him.
And then you have that whole Diddy stuff, and he's going on screaming, "If Diddy ever came near my bum, I'll kill an end." Do you understand? Am I making sense? Like,
yes,
I'm
of course you are.
Did he tweet that?
And
did he tweet that?
Yeah, bro.
I'm reading his tweets. I'm thinking, are you aware of how it's coming across? You've painted yourself. You've built yourself up to be this particular hood N, right? And we have some perception of what hood ends are supposed to be like. Ain't supposed to be on the internet talking like this. Yet you're spreading far too much information, right? About things that you're supposed to be doing. Like they're supposed to know you're doing. But when you're doing it, we further don't believe you. We see you on tennis courts with very, very old white men dancing because you've lost a bet. Right?
No, he wasn't
We've seen
dancing.
you
He was
on
doing
the
bunny
side of
hopping.
a swimming pool.
He was bunny hopping.
Bunny
bro.
hopping.
It's
Yeah,
worse.
side of a
It's
swimming
worse
pool.
than dancing.
Like, I don't believe him. But yet, he might actually be telling the truth.
But then people ain't like he's alive.
Actually be telling the truth.
Everybody's lost bets and done a wager before. But so because he's Meek Mills and because he's a white billionaire and then it's a public eye, it's so heinous, so it's horrible act.
Did you
he done a
just see
bet
the
and he lost
WrestleMania
it.
clip that came out?
Yeah, he's like, get up, bro.
Get
up.
Did you hear it?
But he's saying he's there, he's there with his kids, he's trying to enjoy the thing, he's thinking with his kids, so a man can't even be normal. What do you mean?
And you know, I think part of it is that though, like he's a kid in a grown man's body.
No, but he's there with
money.
kids. He's there he's wrestling. He weren't there with the dream chasers. He was there with his youths enjoying
fair enough.
the wrestling. So when he's doing, he's saying, "Right,
you would
get
have
up."
been there with
He's
your
there
own youths, 100%. But
I've
I'm not
been
sure
wrestling once
if
and while
on
you weren't nowhere
camera-
to be seen.
I'm not sure if on camera you're saying, "Rock." I don't think you're doing that.
But I think
Did you
his
hear the
voice,
clip?
I would have
Well,
made
his
sure
voice
there was.
is
I would have
just
made sure
like
there was
that.
more bass in my voice. Obviously,
no. But his voice is like that though. Like he's got that voice.
Oh, you're saying that's I
his
shouldn't be
normal
reading
voice.
into that.
No, I'm saying like life dealt him that voice. You can't control that one.
No, fair enough, because obviously I have a certain voice too, right? But how he was gesticulating with his voice,
Yeah,
right?
it makes it worse.
It sounded as though he was really like wrapped up in what was happening.
Oh, he was.
Like he was a super duper fan.
Oh, he was having a son of a time.
And
If
he
you've
forgot that
been
he
there,
was a hood end.
if you've been there, you can. That was WrestleMania as well. I don't understand. It's
understandable.
It's understandable. It's thoroughly enjoying. It's exciting.
Fair enough. I don't know.
You'd
I
like
heard,
it.
I heard the clip and I was like, it's the same way you are there calling J. Cole soft.
Yeah.
You should be doing the same for Meek.
What? Because he went to WrestleMania. I'm
No,
jealous
because of
that
the
he
clip.
was.
Because the clip. How the clip sounded.
Yeah,
You're
the
not,
voice. It sounded. It's look.
you're not
it's-
consistent. You're not being consistent.
Like I said, I would have made sure I had more. Get up, bro. I would have made sure I had more bass in my voice, but the sentiment of what's going on,
that's
I
how
get
he
it.
sounds on his songs. I don't know. That's so funny to me. Like how he sounded in that video is how he sounds on his songs.
No, there
There's
was
just a heavy-
desperation and like
Like please get up.
earnest, sincere
Dying for it.
care for Wragg being, and he knows it's fake. I don't even think that he was playing up for his kids. I don't think he was trying to make them believe it was real by, come on, Wragg. I don't think so. I don't.
Video was crazy though.
Or is it?
It stinks. It stinks. It stinks. But I think he was just doing the parrot thing. He just got caught in the moment because he was just mimicking the woman because the woman said it. A woman said it first, and that's what his heirs heard. So he just shrieked it. He just copied it. She was like, "Get up, bro!"
And that's the worst part of it because it's as though he was.
That's the worst part.
I heard something. That's nice. Let me say it too.
That sounds good. I'm gonna tag me in.
I don't know. I think he does a lot of typing, and it allows people who I guess wouldn't normally talk to him a particular way.
Yeah.
If he didn't type and they just met him in real life, to just have their way, have at it.
Yeah, these
Let's have
people,
at
they get what they deserve. They love engaging with the public. There's certain type that go on Twitter. They can't be mad at what happens when people are chatting shit to them because they love engaging. They do
And
all
I
the
think
time.
I think that goes back to the media training thing where they're just celebrities. They're just known people who happen to be celebrities, because I think that there's a lot of talking, there's a lot of engagement that shouldn't be happening in my personal opinion. But basically, he was upset that Wale was out with an old friend of his, Dean Stay Ready. So yeah, he was upset because they took a picture and then he went on this whole rant about Wale being there and whatnot. Let me see what it said. I've got so much screenshots. When I told you everyone was fighting yesterday, it's fighting for my life.
Dean, stay ready. Let me see if I can find a picture.
So he said, he said when I met Wale, he got beat up at his birthday party in DC, got his teeth knocked out. I jumped in because a celebrity like him invited me. I was violating probation in DC, risked my life to find out he never liked me. To find out he never liked me will make you angry. That's just me though. Then he went on to say, what else did he say? Sorry, this is Young Miami and JT. I have so many screenshots, it's actually crazy. I should have put this in the folder. Essentially, cut long story short, he said that Wale don't like him and whatnot. And then Wale responded to it though. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah, I think he said something like the pictures that I take of people, and it's supposed to
Yes.
be such and such. But find out.
Yeah, so Wale said, when you're getting other people on serious drama in this industry, 90% of the time they be back friends eventually, and then you look silly in the end. So I love minding my business. If a photo can create such vitriol, one has to ask himself some questions. Happy Monday. That's what he said to Meek, going off on how Wale is fake and whatnot. And then Meek said, this is why the rap game's screwed. A lot of ends be having these secretly jealous vibes. You can't do songs or tours with them. LOL, he's always been jealous of me, but trying to link with Meek haters intentionally. Wale killed all his relationships. Don't come around again with bad energy. He went on to tweet anyway. There's some girl who was like, sorry, do you have PR? So she's a good PR. So she says. And she basically was just like, if you don't, and you're considering people, interview me. I can help you. But he basically said that he uses Twitter as his diary. He doesn't have PR. He's been his own PR all his career. Well, you can tell. So yeah, that's where Meek is at. That's where Meek is at, essentially. Now, with the girls I was fighting, JT and Young Miami. So there's been rumors for a while, and I actually said this yesterday, that basically I don't think the City Girls are back out together anymore. So obviously, City Girls went viral with their song "Act Up," Realize, and then that song goes off. That was a great summer. Whatever. But then they're from Miami and whatnot. unfortunately, when they gone viral, and also Drake shouted them out in that song. I love that song as well. Kiki, do you love me? What song is that though? Drake, Brendan, you're the Drake fan. It's good.
You know, I say that only for this platform.
I know, but it's sticking now. They're stuck.
Let's
Anyway,
see.
that song. So when so he's talking about JT, do you love me? So they were on that song.
In my feelings.
Huh?
In my feelings.
In my feelings, that's it. So they were they were kind of in that song. They kind of went viral after that. It was a whole basically got with Drake co-sign. It was massive for their career and whatnot. But unfortunately, there's some previous crimes that had caught up with JT at the time that their career took off. Some scamming was involved. Did he tell you the City Girls? Did he tell you the City Girls? Yeah. So she had to go to prison, spend her time, whatever.
Bugs vacation.
Basically. So she went to prison, whatnot, but obviously at that time, they were popping up from there. So essentially, Young Miami had to be the one to kind of hold it down. And people have always given her credit, saying, oh, she held it down for City Girls, but I guess after a while it can be annoying because one time in the interview, JT was like, yeah, but she's also City Girl. So, like, yeah, she was holding it down, but we will do that for each other. Do you get what I mean? Because we're a group kind of thing. Cool. So she held it down, whatever. And around that time as well, she got pregnant with her second child. People were like, oh my gosh, you're going to get pregnant at this time. She was touring when she was pregnant. It was a whole thing, right? But anyway, JT came out, had to be in a halfway house, whatever. They talked about how they grew up together, like they're friends like that. Cool. Anyways, now, in recent months, we've kind of seen like a separation in terms of their career-wise. So their first album, unfortunately, the hype was so crazy, but unfortunately, the album got leaked. And that affected their sales. It was during lockdown. They couldn't really tour. It was a whole thing. It was very, very sad, essentially, because the way their career was should have just gone even higher. But it kind of did whatever it did, blah, 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 blah. Obviously, they're friends with a lot of the girls. They're friends with Cardi. They got a song with Cardi called Twerk, whatever. But there's been a separation, essentially. And that's where Saucy Santana comes into it, because he's friends with Carisha and Young Miami. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, cut long story short, they obviously got going relationships. So with the Diddy stuff, there was a time when Diddy was performing. I think when Bad Boys had that reunion, and then Young Man was there with the Go Pappy sign, and then you see JT in the video kind of sit down. I think that the relationships they got in both kind of created a wedge in their friendship. I think it created part of the wedge in the friendship. Also, there was a time where Uzi was on live, or JT was on live with Young Miami or whatnot. Uzi was on the phone where he was basically cussing Young Miami out. It was a whole thing. JT's trying to say, oh, like, stop, what you doing, He's telling her to shut up. It was a whole thing. It was very wild. That's the thing. But they've been cool. But anyways, there's clearly been a wedge in the friendship, blah, blah. So JT at the moment is doing solo club tours. This is what Glorilla was cussing her about the other day. She's essentially established herself as a solo career, which is interesting because when she was on Young Miami's show, Carisha Please, she was on there. But when she was on there, Saucy Santana was on there as well. And people kind of had a comment about it because they were like, everyone else has had an interview just one-on-one. Why have you got Santana here? But obviously Santana knows both of them and he's friends with both of them, blah, 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 blah. But in the interview, they talk a lot about going solo and how people always say that. People always say that Young Miami was doing things. She was winning the BET Award for Best Podcast, even though she'd been doing a podcast for 3 months. She's got a podcast. She's doing this and doing that. And people always had that whole thing about JT's not doing anything. Is she lazy? She's this. But the reason why they rap is because of JT. JT's the better rapper. And people always say that as well, that Miami's a shit rapper. JT's the better rapper. And the reason why they're City Girls is because JT wanted to rap. And so Young Miami was basically supporting her friend, essentially, right? So that's all what's going on. So currently she's in the clubs, doing her own thing, blah, blah, blah. The other day she had an appearance, right? And the guy basically asked, the DJ was basically saying that she should twerk or something like that. Like just, and she was like, stop asking me to twerk. She said, I'm a lady and I don't want to twerk. And she said, I've got a short dress on anyway and I don't want my vagina out. So, but stop trying to, like, that's not my image right now. This is not what I'm trying to do kind of thing. So what she does instead is that she has like rap battles with, because she's a really sick rapper. She has rap battles with her fans and stuff in the crowds and whatever. So she tweeted that saying, why are you laughing?
Imagine I'm the promoter. I'll pay my racks for these City Girls to come here, be twerking and turning up. This bitch talking about she want to battle the crowd.
Anyway, so she said,
I'm going bonkers. If you don't shut up and shake your ass.
All right.
No, I was going to pay
You're
dollars.
back in the car. Right, so she said, I ain't going to shake my ass on demand because me and my fans can rap battle each other and have a ball. This negative narrative you're trying to push and make about other people who also should have the same rights as me when it comes to shaking the ass is funny. Anything to make me look crazy. Then anyway, right, stan culture is so weird in America because there's some guy, he's a barb of sorts, right? So JT is friends with Nicki Minaj. And people are saying that girl, your career's not going to take off if your friends Nicki Minaj, who's the problem. But then obviously, Carisha was obviously besties with Diddy. So people are like, both of you are in weird situations with people that you shouldn't be entangled with, essentially. Young Miami. Yeah, so her name is Carisha. That's her full name, but she goes by Young Miami. So anyways, now, whatever. So obviously, JT had an argument with Glo Rilla the other day. She's also had an argument with... One time, Cardi shaded them. Cardi was like, oh, they reached like... Cardi tried to say that she put Seagulls on the map. Yeah, because they had that song with her. Obviously, we knew them from Act Up, not from the song. The song came months and maybe years after, whatever. So, but then in that argument, it was JT and Cardi going back and forth. But the thing is, they were all cool together. But obviously, Cardi and Nicki have beef. So I reckon when Cardi clocked that JT's friend is cool with Nicki, she just automatically saw as an op, because clearly we know that this woman doesn't like me and she goes out of her way to da. So why are you friends with an op? So it kind of became a weird thing. And obviously, Young Miami is friends with like all the other, like the other baby mums of the other Lils and the Durs and all the little people, whatever. So anyway, so that happened. But when Cardi and JT were going back and forth, Young Miami was nowhere to be seen. Then when she came, she was like, oh, I was napping. What happened, guys? So people are basically like, you've been doing this thing where whenever your friend is getting cooked, you never back her. But whenever it's you, she goes in for you. The only thing that from I know that JT hasn't got in with Miami for is the whole Diddy thing. But I feel like behind the scenes, she would have been telling her like, ma'am, that is like, no, because she never went to any of the Diddy parties. Whenever Diddy was going out, you would never see her there. She was not involved in any of the things, right? So yeah, there's that. So basically, anyway, people were like, oh, where's Young Miami? This is another time. So that guy who's a barb or whatever he is was basically cussing JT and saying whatever. She's then responding back, and people were like, oh, Young Miami's never to be found when da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Let me even see where this stupid screenshots start, because it's just annoying at this point. There's so much. I'm not going to read all of it, I'll be honest with you. It's just way too much. But, so yeah, so basically, essentially, Young Miami then tweeted LOL, randomly. Then someone said, you're so late. Then she was like, question marks. And then the guy was like, this is the same Barb guy. He was like, the clueless role is getting very tired. Essentially, people are saying that you're always coming and act as though you don't know what's going on, that you don't see your girl getting cooked. What's that about, blah, blah. But anyways, then Young Miami and JT then started at each other essentially directly. You still see something that comes into it as well, but I'll be honest with you, like, I'm just over it. Like, I don't care for saucy. Whatever, innit? Whatever. So basically, she just basically said, Young Man basically said that JT's been sneak dissing her for weeks now and she hasn't said anything about it. And then JT was like, this is your last day of playing dumb. How have I dissed you? What have I dissed you? And then she said to JT that you dissed me on your songs. And she was like, what song is about you? And she said Sideways and No Bars. But then people are saying that, yeah, but you've been singing the songs in all your videos and you've been loud about the songs. And also at the BET performance, you used to perform the song. So if you feel like the song is dissing you, why are you out here performing, kind of thing? And then JT was just like, there's too much for her to go through in terms of their issues, but she would like to have a sit down, Carisha, please. But then she said, this time, leave Santana at home. She also says that she knows she comes off crazy, but never in her life has she done anything whack to Young Miami. She says she literally enjoys seeing me getting dragged. When people show me love, she goes crazy, and she calls it a hate train. But like I said, we can sit down and talk. And then a random fan was like, Miami's going through something, essentially with the whole Diddy stuff and blah, blah. Why are you on Twitter? All of this started because you responded to a stranger. And then JT said, I was there for her from the beginning, but you guys will see in real time, da, da, da. Also, I guess this is how, what's his name? Santana comes into it. He was like so basically, Santana and Young Miami have a show coming. They spoke about when City Girls went on Breakfast Club, and Charlamagne asked JT, are you going to be on the show? And she's like, oh, I don't think so. And then Young Miami was like, no, she's not going to be in the show, kind of thing. So obviously now people pulled that clip up and they're like, oh my gosh, da, 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 da. But basically, then that's when JT then at Susan Santana, and she was like, don't you dare talk about me on the show. But then he then said, no, we're talking about the Diddy stuff, not about you, kind of thing. So obviously, I guess we'll see how Young Miami reacted to when the whole Diddy stuff came up, blah, blah, blah. That's why she's been quiet online or whatever, because they're recording a reality TV show and whatnot. But then, turns out that JT actually had blocked Santana a time ago. Because he was like, you unblocked me to insert yourself, whatever. But anyway, Young Miami then said, for you to come on here and try to play the victim is crazy. Jatavia, that's what JT stands for. You've been sneak dissing me for the last couple of days. She's like, I knew your songs were about me, but I still rapped your shit with my chest. Whatever. Cut a long story short. And then JT was like, the internet told you the songs are about you. Those songs are not about you, essentially. And then JT was like, I've showed up for you all the time. She's like, when you were going for your stuff, who was the first person to call you? The Young Man replied, was like, not you. So dumb. And then she said that, and then Young Miami said, a bitch trying to kick me while I'm down, playing to the narrative, blah, blah. And then JT was like, you looking for a way out of your situation. I was there. She said she's a sad case. She's a sad effing case. Cut long story short. No. Then Young Miami went on to say, you're weird. You always want to act like I'm a weirdo. You're always mad. It's always a problem. And when people are in friendship and they say it's always a problem. I got PTSD. Gotta let them people go. She says, all I try to do is push you, tell you that you're the shit. You can rap, you can model, da-da-da-da. You're always mad. You're doing your shit as you should. Congratulations, but somehow you're still mad. Blah, blah. I think the problem here, JT wants to rap. JT is a rapper. The girl just wants to rap. She's sick at rapping, right? However, when these girls came on, I think that... when I watched the interview, I had to go back and watch the Carisha Please interview. This is why I was up past midnight. Anyways, right? In the interview, JT was saying how Young Miami's always wanted to be famous. She was like, she wanted to be famous at all costs, which is funny now in hindsight, considering she aligned herself with Diddy. Because remember, Diddy promised to make her the next Oprah. That was the whole thing. He be promising people things. So when you think about it, the girl wants to rap, do proper rap, but then Young Miami just wants to be famous and enjoy the fame, the things that come with fame. Do you get what I mean? So I don't think they aligned their vision. Coupled up with when you're then signed. So they were signed to Quality Control. Quality Control was basically done because they had Migos. You know how that worked out. They broke up. They also had, is it Lil Baby? One of the babies. Anyway, that's done what it's done. They had City Girls. That was their thing. Like back then, they were kind of going to be like the next
I remember. Yeah.
Young Money kind of vibe. Do you remember? So all of that stuff. So I feel like they're just not aligned in their vision. And also, because JT in the interview was saying about how when you got labeled, she was like, sometimes she would do stuff. Like, she would be so creative with her rap and so like she would start singing and she would do stuff. And label would be like, no, take that out. So she was like, she can't express herself in the way she wants to with the music. They had to essentially make like things that would go off, especially because they had Act Up and they had all these songs that went off. They had to kind of keep doing that stuff. But I feel like for her, that's not real rap. So I just don't feel like they were aligned in their vision and what they wanted to do. And I think for JT, I think it created a wedge in their friendships because unfortunately, again, similar to Cardi B as well, they are normal girls who have fame and stuff like that. And they're normal girls who like, if you disrespect me, I'll get in a fight with you. But they're famous now. And because they're famous, people expect them to act differently. But again, they don't give them media training the way they have Beyonce. No one hears anything from Beyonce. You don't know what Beyonce's thinking about a situation until she addresses it in her songs. If she addresses it in her song. Do you get what I mean? So I really think it's really just that. So when people were like, when you got the fans in their ears, because that's I think the problem as well with Cardi is that they listen to their fans a lot. When you got the fans saying, oh my gosh, Carisha's doing all these things, JT's a failure. But on the other side of it, you got people saying JT's a better rapper, Carisha should quit music or whatnot. I feel like all of that stuff plays into their friendship, unfortunately, and then you start to have feelings and start to develop, like, just start to fester feelings. But then again, they did also say in the Carisha Please interview that they argue a lot. Like, they argue a lot. Like, so they're sisters in that way. They're like siblings, but they just argue. Well, some siblings. They argue a lot, essentially. So I just feel like this is bound to happen. I don't think it has to be beef. I don't want it to be beef for them just because I just feel like they're both really talented women. And I don't like seeing women arguing and fighting and doing all this bullshit, in my opinion. I just don't think it has to basically be like that. And then also, just to speak on why Santana was on the episode with JT, he basically said that he was approached to do Carisha Please, to be a co-host, but he declined and he was basically a guest host for anyone that he was friends with. So he was there with Lato's episode, JT, and then Suki. He said that one got scrapped. Cut long story short, they end up calling each other and they spoke on the phone, which I like. They spoke on the phone and whatnot. Also, sorry, in the songs that Miami's claiming that JT was dissing her on, she's actually bigging her up. So in Sideways, she says, it's city girl shithole. Even when you think it ain't city girl shit, I'm a city girl. B. So she's like, regardless of whatever you think is going on, I'm always gonna be a city girl kind of thing. And then that was in No Bars. So in Sideways, she says, riding solo and I'm still in the group. So people are like, where has she said all these things? But I just think it's just people being online. But anyways, when Young Miami said, you're weird, you always act like I'm a weirdo, you're always mad about something, blah, 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 they got on the phone after that. When they go off the phone now, JT's quote tweeted that, or a tweet has appeared, where she's quote tweeted that, and she said, if I'm ever mad, I have a reason to be behind closed doors. You have done stuff to me that you think I should just get over. You never come to my defense when I would have literally took a bullet for you. When Carisha Please popped off, I was there first episode, and when someone cancelled, I showed up in a red wig. So that episode that JT actually did was because someone else cancelled, so she just showed up for her. People even clowned her in that red wig. But anyway, she says, keep calling me mad like the internet do, but you know me, my heart pumps gold. I wish you the best always, and I love how fast you get on here to get behind Santana. That's how it all started, essentially, because Santana was getting cast. JT was getting cast, radio silence. Santana started getting cast, or something like that. Young Miami showed up, whatever. And then Young Miami was like, we just got off the phone, so why are you back on the internet kind of thing? But then she clarified and said, this tweet was before the phone conversation. I don't know why I didn't go through. Maybe because everyone was blowing up my phone. But she said it still stands. I'm glad to see you know how to respond. Your nonchalance about everything. No, yeah, you're essentially you don't care about everything else, basically. And then Young Miami said, JT, I love you. I'm moving on. And then JT said, I love you more. I actually love you the most. I'm glad. I feel like, yeah, they're fine. Hopefully. It did laugh at me. But anyways, when she then said about the whole Carisha Please stuff and whatever, saw Santana enter the chat. But honestly, boy, no one cares. He said, bingo, the last sentence is the problem. This is what it always been. How much have I bigged you up, had your back, been with you through highs and lows, always congratulated, boosted confidence, ego. I don't care. But anyway, that wasn't the end of the tweet. I just don't care anymore. But I think as well, when there's a trio, so I think, from what I remember, I think Santana's a new friend. But JT and Carisha grew up together, made out of Miami together. Like they got into fame together and whatnot. But then Santana came in. But then they have similar interests. So Santana and Carisha like to go out, like to be doing, what's that thing called? Not weed. What's the other one? Hooker and stuff. Like to be partying, like to be at all these things. They were both always at Diddy's parties, two of them. But JT is more of a stay-at-home person. She's more of a homebody. Like, do you get what I mean? So I just don't think they align in that way. I just think sometimes you outgrow people and that's really what it is. But it's funny though, because in the Carisha Please interview, they were both talking about how they would never go solo. And Carisha said that she's doing music because JT wants to do music. And she said that if JT goes solo, she was like, you guys not hear music from me because it's not my thing. However though, she's got a new song coming out tomorrow. So there's just that. But I'm glad they made up, to be fair. I just think that sometimes with friendships, it's just like that. Especially with friends that you've grown up with, like you've known each other since they were kids and stuff like that. And I just think they're just in different places in their lives. And yeah, it's an end of an era anyway, quite long. So I think City Girls is done.
That was an amazing recap. Couple questions.
Yeah.
First of all,
yeah.
The City Girls, were they known for shaking bum bum?
Yeah.
All right. And JT obviously is now with a respectable man. And
no, she still shakes bum. She's just saying that don't snap your finger and say shake bum, and I'm gonna just shake bum.
Okay.
Like, but then she's never really been the one to be twerking on the internet. You will see Young Miami more, like, say there's a challenge going on, you will see Young Miami do it before you. JT's not really she don't really shake bum actually when I'm thinking about it. She doesn't actually. Because when I'm thinking about their live performances, nah. When you look at the live performances, she's more like, she's proper like she's got really good stage presence to rap. Like she's more like how you expect Remy Ma to rap. Like she's in there, she's serious, she's about it. So she's never really been a shaking bum girl. But I think because you think City Girls, and then you think Cardi B, you think Meg Thee Stallion, you think all these girls, you just assume that she's in a company of bum shakers. She ought to be shaking hers too.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
2, is that Saucy Santana fella the one who wanted to do something with Ak?
Yeah.
No, he didn't want to do something to him. He wanted, well, yeah, actually, yeah. He did threaten him again yesterday, actually. Because academics.
He threatened him again?
Not as mad as last time.
Okay.
But eclipse was in women's business. So he was like, I'm glad that JT's cutting that dead weight young Miami off, blah, blah. And then so sometimes I basically just said, okay, like, why you mute when it's me? You've always got something to say, but when I'm challenging you to a duel, you're quiet. So shut up then.
Challenging him to a draw, you know. What is a freak off?
Paraphrasing. Well.
Next question.
Dear. These girls.
So the gay people,
Yeah.
men,
Gay men.
are they seen differently if they hit a girl than heterosexual men?
No, me personally, I don't tolerate violence from anybody. I don't tolerate women hitting men. I don't tolerate men hitting women. I don't tolerate women hitting women. I don't tolerate men hitting men. Sorry.
All right. How about the whole
But
get up in their face, calling them bitch, and
So that's me personally.
Yeah.
However, though, I've seen situations where like, if a gay guy, like a feminine presenting gay guy, there's a difference.
Yeah.
If he's fighting with it's like girls. They feel like it's like girls fighting.
Okay.
But I think that's wild, personally.
Whoa. Okay.
But-
And then finally, Mags and Emmanuel, would you take a bullet for your lover?
What?
It's weird. When she was talking, it just came to my mind, and I know it was weird. I can't really place how I came to that, right? But it came to my head. Ted, when she finished, let me ask you the question. We were talking about dating.
Is it what? Love?
I think I was
Do I
trying
love her yet?
Yeah. I think, wait.
Also, can I just say, Cat Williams strikes again, by the way.
Oh, he's back.
No, I'm saying that. Remember, Cat Williams said everything is. It's all done this year.
Yeah,
All
he did
truths
say,
to the-
he did say it's coming
all
to
we've been
light.
having since flipping December is chaos.
Yeah.
Discovery
yeah.
after discovery.
Someone said the world's ending because there was going to be earthquake in New York and an eclipse.
Was there earthquake in New York?
Yeah, last week.
Was there?
Yeah.
Was it big?
It was big enough.
Big enough for people to feel it.
It's the end of the days, boy.
I mean, CD 666 with the guy with the
Terrence
wig.
Howard.
Not a wig, the pill. Sorry.
No. First of all, it was a wig. He was on set.
Oh, it was a wig.
He's on set for a movie. I don't think I want to see the movie though. Why are you dressed like that? Was it playing Prince or something?
This really might be the end of the days.
All right, so
Wait, you're asking about taking bullets?
Yeah, I want to basically kind of fend it for you guys because right now you're not seen as chivalrous gentlemen, right? So I'm going to flip the script now.
I think that's a narrative you're pushing. I think
that's
I'm
right.
seeing
That's
as
right.
chivalrous.
Well, here you're gonna redeem yourself, right? Would you take a bullet? You're on a date, right? And somebody comes in and they don't have a knife because a knife it's easy, right? Let me start with a knife. If a guy pulls a knife and looks to basically joke her, would you intervene? This is the first date.
I don't know, man. I've been stabbed.
You don't like it?
Them wounds, they affect you. They don't really go if you get stabbed in the wrong place.
So you let her take the
That's long lasting.
Yeah,
blade.
take it.
Oh, well, I made a promise to myself
take
that I'm not
it.
getting stabbed again. So
He said whatever that means.
whatever.
He said let the chips
Let the chips fall where they may. You get what I'm
Fair
saying?
enough. Quickly moving on.
That's wild, man.
Emmanuel, first date.
First date?
First date.
See, do you see though?
Yeah,
First
first date's
date.
wild.
So, all right,
First date, wow.
Because I want you to understand how it plays out, right?
That might even give me the ick.
There's-
I'm like, why are you so desperate to be with me?
Wait a minute, what did you just say?
You're gonna get the ick. You
What
gotta be
did you just
careful.
say?
You gotta be careful in this day and age.
wait.
You can't just jump in front of bullets. You get the ick.
Wait, because Amari talked about the toxicity that is
First of all, you
innately
would
in
not
certain
quote
women.
Amari in
Did
this
you
conversation.
just say? Did you
It
just
was
say?
a joke, man.
All right then.
Everyone knows
Go-
who's making jokes in here.
So you're not taking the blade.
It's tough.
First
Not-
date,
not-
Brent.
First date.
Not first date. No. Sorry, man.
Yeah, but you're speaking to people that also, what were they gonna, when they're going to kick their wife over the cliff to save the baby or something like that?
Yeah, Brent's supposed to kick his baby off the roof. So this is
But don't say roof. That's
no,
too
yeah,
close.
the cliff actually, the cliff, yeah. So
Who mentioned me
this
kicking
is-
anybody?
You said you'd kick
No,
the baby.
it was let them drop.
Same
I have
thing.
to save my wife or my anyway.
Yeah, but you guys are
let's
saving
not
your
digress.
wives, your babies over your wives.
Of course.
Yeah, exactly. So they're not getting stabbed for that because that was silly anyway.
No. Let's get back to the restaurant because I've lost a bit and I don't want to be lost. So you would not take the blade for the first date.
Nah, it's too
How about a
soon.
lover?
I said it's too soon.
Sorry. Would you take the blade for the first date, Emmanuel?
What are you people gonna report back to my parents? But for someone that
you're a hero.
didn't know that I'm a hero.
Yeah,
Dead.
you're a hero.
What can they
Babe,
buy with
I'm
that?
not saying you're
That's,
dead.
that's heroic.
I'm not saying you're dead.
Man, there's loads of heroes on the news that I forgot about.
To be fair, though, that's actually a very heroic thing.
All right. So how about a lover? Mags, you love this woman.
Yeah, if you love someone, then you do anything for them, innit?
All right. How about you, Manuel?
No, that's not an answer. Are you an egg? If you're gonna ask me questions, you have to.
Sorry,
Listen.
I apologize. Go on,
He knows what he did. He answered specifically what he said.
Yeah.
Would I take the knife from my lover?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Emmanuel.
Yeah, of course, man.
Both face lie. You are lying. It's wild. Yeah, I can't be a guy that wouldn't get attacked from me though. That's wild.
But not on the first
What
date.
does that look like?
But not on the first date.
No, first day as well. Like, take it.
Take it. Yeah, fair enough.
Because remember again, I make my men stand on the side of harm.
Fair
Nope,
enough.
not me, boy.
So that means that you would basically take a bullet for your wife.
Yeah, it's only fair.
And Emmanuel?
It's only
Of course,
fair.
man.
And that, for me, balances everything out. When
No, it
is
doesn't,
that we
'cause
were
what's it-
talking
no, it
to you about
doesn't.
opening doors.
It doesn't.
If you would take a bullet, my friend, both of y'all, you're not there.
Commendable.
It doesn't.
Chivalry kings.
It doesn't. Because what's the chance of them
Emperors.
getting bullets? But every time they walk past doors all the time. Probability ain't probability.
But he's from Murder Mile.
It's just high
Yeah, but he's left a
probability.
life behind. Have you not? You might want to make
that's
that
true.
clear.
It follows him everywhere.
Okay. That's
God forbid.
God
Find a
forbid.
live location there.
What the fuck you doing? Don't you know these niggas will kill me? The fuck's wrong with you? Yeah, fuck wrong with you?
Bloody hell, mate.
My apologies.
That's your king.
Thank you very much for the recap. Yesterday.
It's all right. Just to end up, Plies. I like Plies, man. It's good vibes. He said, "There's no way I'm witnessing two iconic females who built something special," and they did. You know, they ushered in a new wave of rap. They really did.
It was a whole generation of degenerate women and then left them.
Don't call them degenerate women.
Sorry.
That's wild.
I thought he was going to let me cook.
Nah, you burnt it just straight off the packet.
No, I was only playing. Not degenerate, but like, it's a lot of this city girl lifestyle, a lot of this, like,
Yeah.
some of it has been weaponized, it's mutated into, some of it has been, is horrible.
I think at some point you have
some
to-
of it's nasty
yeah.
work.
No, some of it is nasty work. Absolutely, scamming guys and stuff is nasty, but they didn't. Yeah, because I mean, one of them went to jail for scamming. So I don't think you want to take that part of the manual.
She's living her raps though, innit, I suppose.
She really did. Yeah. But yeah, he said, no way I'm witnessing two iconic females who built something special together publicly, bumping heads. It's cool to have differences, but not publicly. I felt the same way when two of my favorite male Florida artists was doing it. We're too real for that. Ain't no way. Hashtag Florida, FL. But yeah, it is weird though when people like start having arguments online. I don't know, man. But anyway, I hope they can get better and they can be fine. But in good news for Jonathan Majors though, he has been sentenced and he's not going to jail. He's only been sentenced to 1 year of domestic violence counselling. And I wonder what that looks like, what that compromises of. But yeah, he's got to do 52 weeks of domestic violence, in-person domestic violence counselling. He might be able to do it remotely at some point. But yeah, he's got a domestic violence program in LA where he obviously lives. And also there's a permanent, what's that thing? Permanent.
On his record.
No, in terms of they can't see each other.
Restraining order.
Oh.
Yeah, basically with him and his ex Grace.
If they left the door open for him to sort his career out, or is it over? Is it
I
over
think
for
so.
him?
But do you know what it is about him though? I think the counselling is really good. Yeah, I feel like the counselling is really good. Doing 1 year of that, I think he can come back, but he can never, ever, 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 ever be involved in anything that looks like any kind of physical harm towards any woman, because that will finish him.
Not even a role.
No.
A role, man.
She got to leave them to some other people. Yeah, but what I'm interested in seeing is what Megan Good's situation is with him,
It's still good, right?
allegedly.
How long do you think the contract was?
That's why I'm waiting. I just want to know when is the contract, the PR relationship contract runs out. Well, she's ruined her. She's tarnished her image, as far as I'm concerned.
She's tarnished.
I think so.
What, with the women?
No, with the Jonathan Majors thing.
No, but I mean,
Yep.
like, you mean from like women's perspective?
Yeah, because you
Nah, I
say
think
men,
from-
you say
I
men ain't.
Nah, I think even from men's
They don't
perspective.
mind.
Megan's
Yeah,
good,
but you know the
Megan's
kind of
good.
men I don't mind though.
No, but those men are the ones that will see and open the door.
And those are not the men she married when she started. It was time to get married. So.
That is true. That's true.
Yeah, but yeah, she's giving bird vibes, but good for her. What else is there? Hold on, I think I've got one more thing to talk about today.
Only plies I know is Shaka the Missing Plies.
The Eat with all the gold teeth. And what song did you make?
Oh, is it not by your drink? That's T-Pain.
No, we did a track with
Nice.
T-Pain.
He did. Is this
That's
Shoddy?
it. Yeah, that's the one.
Even though I'm not your man, but I'm a girl, I'm gonna call you mine.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, that's true.
But he's got his own song that's quite big though, right?
He
Yeah,
does.
he had a lot of
I
back,
think he did.
back then, you know.
Who's that?
Remember
Oh,
though.
I'm sure he did. Are you
Yeah, Plies.
asking Jermaine? He looks like who does he look like? He looks like Kirk Franklin. You know, he's Kirk Franklin's twin. Yeah, you know. Anyway, let me not make a joke. But yeah, and then Missy Elliott and Ciara and Timbaland and Busta Rhymes are going on tour, man. It's called Out of This World. They had a whole trailer for it. It's really, really cool. Right now, they've only announced North America. I'm reporting on it because, I mean, I like Missy Elliott. She's really, really good vibes, man. Sis just minds the business.
That would actually be sick.
Proper, innit? Encourages the younger people.
Why Ciara with them? Has
She can pop and lock it.
Sierra's got
no.
it. Sierra's got it.
No, but I mean, like, you said what? Timbaland, Missy.
Yes, I said Out of This World tour across North America with my fam Ciara, Busta Rhymes, and my bro Timbaland. They've got a couple of songs together.
Oh, okay.
Remember they had that song that went off? Is it Work? Yeah, it
Maybe.
was Work.
Yeah.
It was Work. Yeah. Yeah, that was the time. I miss music back then. That was easier.
I was trying to see the link, like, in terms of the music and stuff.
Yeah, they got a couple of songs together. But also Ciara's songs, it changed from like My Goodies to like that kind of pop and lock it. Well, I mean, she's always been popping and lock it to be fair. But it's just like an era of music kind of changed. But I'm here for it, man. Big up Ciara. And her lovely husband, Russell Wilson. What a lovely man. Watched the interview with him, yeah. Gosh, beautiful man. As in character.
Okay.
That's a gentleman. Anyway,
If she ever spins the block,
on who? Future. That's impossible.
forget about Future. Like another
She
man
loves
like
Future though. I think that's her true love in her heart. She just knows she can't be with him, and obviously she knows he's not good to her. But I think deep
Because of
down,
how she's positioned herself.
Do you know what I think
online.
it is?
watch
yeah?
that video where she's hard launched.
Body
him.
party.
Body party. You know.
Do you know what I think it is? I think it's a fight between your flesh and your spirit.
Mm.
I have to go through that sometimes. Where people I want to love, I shouldn't be loving. But then, like, you know, again, they're not it. But I think it's a form of it's a form of temptation.
Yeah.
Because it's like your heart is drawn to them because there's something about that. Yeah, there's something about them and what
Because
like you just love them.
Two things can
but
be
you
true at the
can't-
same time. She knows exactly who that man is. She can't stand him and she hates him and
Yeah.
everything. But she also loves him to her core.
But the toxicity is, but her loving him is not because he's good for her.
Yeah.
So she wouldn't be with him because she knows he's not good for her.
Yeah, she would never be with him. But
So
she
she
love
wouldn't.
him.
There'll be no spinning blocks on such.
So so is this like what Gina goes through?
With me.
If you say so.
If you want to put yourself in there, Cinderella. But yeah,
Well, no, because it's different because we haven't there.
No,
we
it's-
haven't gone there.
it's
But
exactly what Gina. Yeah.
you know what? I can see the similarities. But I
Because
think,
it's honestly, there's something that makes you like guys you
No,
know
but-
you should not like.
but Gina will do it.
You know what?
Gina will do it.
Okay, fair enough.
And there's no dissenting voices in this room.
I don't know what that means. So I don't know I actually don't know what that means. I'm Meek Mill right now. I don't know what that means. I feel like it's an inside joke for the boys.
Let me just timestamp that. That might be good. She might share that one. Esther.
Brent.
So, from your knowledge, do a lot
course.
of women tussle with that same spirit?
No, a lot of them just give into it.
All right.
Some of them don't even know it's a tussle.
But let's just say the women who they now have the Russell Wilson. Is this
Yeah.
Russell Wilson?
Russell Wilson, yeah.
Cool. Are they secretly just keeping back from Russell Wilson that they still thirst?
Nah, I don't think it works like that. You know.
So you don't think Ciara is there yearning for? a
Nah,
bit of
because
future?
I don't
Because you
think-
know what it is? It's because the feelings that you have for guys like that, yeah, it's lust. There's no substance to it. So when you're with a Russell Wilson, there's now substance because that's actual genuine love. Like that's requited love. That's love that you give to somebody and they're giving back to you even more than you giving to them. So there's a lot more substance in that than that. Like that is just a lustful desire. If you ever look back on stuff like that, it's more a lustful desire. But you can feel like I love them.
If there's any part of you, that loved his kiddie nature, like you know what I'm trying to say, like you find it exhilarating, like and it speaks to you and it just makes the hair stand up and there's just the adrenaline rush. That is chalk and cheese. So you can find the good things in that, but there's something that you're never gonna be able to recreate. You get what I'm trying to say? And that's what all right.
But what is it though? What is that you will never get to recreate? Because all it is toxicity.
Wait. Let's stay here, right here. This is the junction I want to talk about, right? Because I think what you're saying has legitimacy, right? There's validity to it. Because one may not assume based on looking at Russell Wilson that he can bring that rawness or touch that button. And she needs that button touched at certain junctions. In my estimation, Esther, I don't think I'm projecting here because Gina is that type of person, right? She's looking for a reformed roadman because she still needs to feel alive. And if Ciara is not getting that, are there times where her mind wanders?
Yeah, but wandering doesn't mean nothing because there's a lot of people that are on wagon. Like you see, like when you're on the wagon, like that's why they get chips their whole life and stuff because it's a journey. You know what I'm trying to say? Like the recovering alcoholic who hasn't drunk in 25 years has thought about necking that Hennessy bottle every day of his life, but he doesn't do it.
Do you know what you're forgetting here as well? Yeah, when you like toxic guys, like say you date guys that are like toxic or like the future, like those kind of guys, like those kind of guys, right? Killies and whatnot, not you. Killies and such. Killy behavior, those kind of, you know the guys I'm talking about, right? Do we know the kinds of guys I'm talking about?
Yeah, with you.
When you get to...
I don't know.
Leave him.
Gosh.
Don't worry.
There's always one.
The guy next time.
No, please, I want to be part of the conversation.
So, you see the kind of guys you're talking about, like, the bad guys, the quote-unquote bad guys.
Yeah.
The non-Russells.
Yeah.
The toxic ones, the one that you shouldn't really like,
The
but you
ones
like
who
them.
do bad things with their aura of the cool, right?
Yeah.
Because that's the sauce I'm talking about. That's the spice I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But it doesn't necessarily always have to come with bad actions done to her.
Yeah, no, not bad actions done to her.
So Russell
necessarily.
Wilson has the absence of that sauce.
I don't think that.
Okay.
I don't think that because he's a very cool guy. Like, listen, when I was watching the interview, like, watching him, like, listening to him speak and stuff like that, like, he's a very cool guy. He's very well respected. So essentially what it is that makes a guy cool, that gives him that cool source, part of it is how his peers look at him, how he is, he's respected, Russell Wilson is very much like that. Anyway, that's not the point I'm trying to make, right? That's all right if you disagree. Couldn't get less.
I say anything, baby.
No, you don't have to. Yeah, well, you're squinting your eyes a bit too much. You're basically closed.
So good.
Anyways, I don't think that as a woman who comes out of situations like that quote unquote toxic situations, and you then get with a guy who meets your needs, who you don't have to worry about, who you trust, who you like, just the full package of and genuine representation of what love means. I don't think you yearn for that because I think the part that people always forget is that when you know what someone is, but this happens with me anyway. Once I know what someone is, you're not attracted to me anymore. So what that attraction that used to be there in your coolness and whatever package it came in, it's no longer there now that I've got something better or now that I know better. There's nothing there for her. So I don't even think she looks at Future and there's any sort of like reminiscent on anything, because anytime you think about, even if you think about a good thing, you're very quickly reminded of the negative. You're very quickly reminded of who that person is. And sometimes as well, when you look in hindsight of the person you were dating, you know more about them now. You know more about the character now, right, at the end. But when you look back at other situations that you didn't know the character then, you're able to see their character in those past situations. So I don't think she looks at him and there's a thing there. That woman stays having Russell's baby. Like, stays.
So obviously you are also speaking from your perspective when you say
100%.
you don't think she is such and such, right?
Yeah, 100%. But I think also because I know that with her as well, part of it is the faith. Part of it is the spirituality. No, not like Megan Good. Not like Megan Good. Don't bring up Megan Good. More like in that Future happened, whatever. She had a close relationship with God, and Russell Wilson also has a relationship with God. So stuff like that, like you can't have a better life. It's like when you're saved.
Yeah.
You can't be yearning for the past, because even if you look at that, like, oh, I was having fun.
Yeah.
You know what the reality was.
Yeah.
You weren't really having fun. You were lost. You were this. You were that. Do you get what I mean? So it's kind of the same way. So because she's a woman of faith and he's a man of faith, that's why I feel like I really, really get it, because
maybe she's fully
that-
healed then.
Well, that toxic
think she is.
energy, I think
100%
people
is.
know that it's bad for you, innit? So even them exciting feelings,
Yeah.
they're fleeting. So I think when you have a big decision to make, you can push it to the side no matter how bad you want it again. It's like that
100%.
alcoholic that thinks about necking a Henny bottle every
Yeah.
day but doesn't do it. Because there's plenty of women I know love me to their core that would never come back.
No, for real. That's why I honestly get like. Listen, there's a guy I love him so much, but I would never be with him. I can never be with him unless I wanted to suffer.
And that's when
And I don't.
And that's when you have to tap into your inner future and feel like, you know what?
Mm.
Even if I had you once, you're still part of my collection. You got to take the wins where you can.
Are you a sicko?
Huh?
What?
He might have nodded his head though.
Of course he did.
At what?
He co-signed.
I saw some movement and I
saw
went
it.
wrong and I saw him smoking.
No, but he made a sound as well. The head movement.
And I made a sound too?
Yes, you did.
I thought I heard it too.
Yes, you did. Yes, you
I don't
did.
know what's going on today.
I thought I
course you
heard it too. The laughing.
You like-
Don't
Very
think about it. You're
angry.
gonna co-sign
Flexible.
foolishness. That's wild.
Can you imagine? I'm here minding my business.
You know what I'm saying? You got to take comfort where you can take it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Very pathetic comfort there, but yeah.
It's all you got.
Yeah, that's all you can
Like
have.
they're gone.
That's all you can have, to be fair. So,
yeah.
I guess you got to hold on to whatever crumb you can get.
Yeah.
I have a hot take. I don't think that any sort of quote unquote healing is going to get Gina to not want to have that element of quote unquote organized chaos in her partner. She needs to feel as though
Then that's
he
not
can
healing.
protect her,
Then that's not healing.
excite her.
Then that's not healing.
But I do
If you always yearn for chaos, that is not healing. You're not healed.
here my description of chaos isn't as you're probably taking it, and I should
Okay,
change it. Well, let me
describe
change the word.
yours then.
Let me change the word. The excitement, the thrill that she would get from a guy who would buy the packaging, come across as a roadman. She wants that in her fella, but without all of the traits that.
What's the packaging? What packaging are we talking about?
Well,
How does
he,
this guy
he needs to
present?
come across as though he can handle her, right?
Okay.
Right? She will respect him because she
Comes across like tough.
reveres him, and also his peers revere him. He can't be no
Okay.
panty man,
Okay.
right? Because she can't respond to panty man. She can't take the lead from a panty man, right? And a certain amount of authority, not aggression, authority
Yeah.
in his voice and his actions, right? And that normally is associated with the people that she hangs about with, right? So if she's able to find that excitement in a man of God, I think she's good. And I don't know if it needs healing for her to remove that particular desire of a partner from her life.
Well, everybody knows I'm a God-fearing man.
And no, no. God does not fear you. God does not fear you. All right, fair enough. All right, cool. We've done enough with Gina not being here.
You've done enough. don't tag anyone else in. You've done enough. I don't know why you brought sis into any business.
Just as a
I hear
point
ruining
of
her
reference.
market. Can you imagine?
Just as a point of reference.
That's good. And then not J. Cole, what's his name? Kendrick Lamar's label president shows some love and respect to J. Cole. He said he said Cole is a very genuine guy. I respect it. We often give in to external pressures and outside influences and act out of our own character. It's rare to have enough heart to make the correction. It didn't align with him in caps, so he fixed it in the same manner he engaged. Salute. I like that. When your disrespect is loud, your apologies got to be loud too, man. Make a scene and then try and hide next time. And then there's something else in the end, but that's not my situation. So there's one more word and road thing, but I didn't put that in there.
Let me
So.
see.
All it was just Styles P's take on this whole thingy. Yeah, man. He said, so he put out a post. saying the MC with the competitive nature part of me is upset that the young man is upset at that young man, while the
Young
mental
man like he's a pensioner.
He is. No, I'm not pensioner about yourself.
while the mental health take care of your spirit part of me is very proud of him.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
He just confused he just confused me basically, all the sorts of stuff. There's a bunch of other stuff he's talking about, but yeah, he seems to be seeing it from both perspectives, man. So
Yeah,
so-
I'm a fan of what he has decided to basically do in the end. It's just that he pump faked us. So it's like when you spoke the first time, you would have wanted me to believe you. So I did. And then he said, I gotcha. So it's now, okay, are you staying here or are you going to do something else afterwards? You know? A little bit distrusting now.
Yeah, I mean, when...
But how is it interesting? So people can't change their minds.
Over the weekend.
So excuse me, I've watched you change your mind in real time in 2 seconds. What are you talking about?
All right,
You know
so
what?
it's easy to say something like that without context of the situation that we're talking about, right?
As in your situation where you change your mind in 2 seconds.
Yeah, because you just compared it.
Have you ever changed your mind very quickly?
100%. I could change it within seconds.
Okay, so you don't need context then.
So,
Esther, this specific.
That is my name.
when people show you who they are, you should always believe them. And this is not his first rodeo. Remember, he went down the route of he didn't want to sell his soul to fame. He had popular songs and whatnot, and he already walked it back and started growing dreads.
He's been screaming for
being in
years that
different
he
light.
wants war with anybody who looks to test him.
His talk is cheap. Actually, it's free. Okay.
So he's been lying all this time.
Like I said, when people show you who they are, you should just believe them. This is not even nothing to do with new. That it's in keeping with who his character is. We never actually thought he was this person anyway. That's why everybody got excited when this thing was like, oh shit, we're gonna arrest the tear. It's never been a story. It's always been an idiot. You get me? So let him be, man. Sometimes there's not even no point in being mad at him.
Fair enough. We did have a discussion on the Friday, and everybody in the room who loved J. Cole was saying that, yeah, he can whip up Kendrick Lamar. So, yeah, it makes sense.
No, but it's not. It's not just about having the ability to do it. It's not about being good enough to do it. That's not what it's about. It's just about. It's about walking in that warmonger spirit. You know what I'm trying to say? And that's what I say. We thought we was getting war, like, but you know. For real, there's not even no point being mad at him. He can't be mad.
No,
he can be,
can't,
he can
'cause
be
he's
disappointed.
He's on his right path, right?
Yeah, he can be disappointed, but there's no
100%.
point being mad at him.
Yeah. I don't want him to change his mind again, though.
He can't. And
But
he's
he
done
can.
now.
He's allowed to change his mind.
Yeah, but he's done now. No one's trying to hear
What,
that
and
shit.
come back and war?
No one's
Of
trying
course.
to hear that shit.
No, he's done, man.
You can't do that now? You can't change your mind again?
No, for what?
Really?
No. Unless he's gonna bring out an ether.
Okay.
And it's like, okay, you know, we can forgive him.
Nah.
But I want to ask you guys, yeah. If Drake did the same thing, would people afford him the same sort of grace?
No one
No,
afforded
'cause
J. Cole
Drake
any
contemplated-
grace. Where's
No,
the
Drake.
grace?
Drake.
Drake-
Oh, you mean J.
No, but
Cole
people
now?
haven't afforded. J. Cole's been getting dragged
but
Drake's
people
been
by
also-
his
cosplaying.
singlets.
Drake's been
bro.
cosplaying Badman forever as well, though. Like, so they don't get the same grace. Like, he's been trying to like.
I think Drake
act
should be
like
worse.
a certain way and come across a certain way. So now you got the opportunity to be that way. You have to do it. You can't. He's not gonna get afforded the same grace. No chance in hell.
Yeah. Boy, so currently with Drake not doing anything, he's second place.
Second.
Yeah, as in, so Kendrick's still at the top. Drake, J. Cole.
I don't know, man. Numbers lie. They think someone done a tweet the other day was saying you're always talking about this big three, but let's just put some things into perspective. I know stats ain't everything, but they put them down and all that. Like Kendrick ain't number one right now. Of course he's not.
No, but in terms of like, I guess the better MC and all that, what would have been decided from this battle? We've kind of already been able to deduce certain conclusions. You know what I'm saying? Like Drake ain't responded yet, unless you guys correct me. But Drake is definitely better than the guy who pulled out. So you know what I'm saying. So that's why I'm saying it like that. You know what I mean?
I'm with you. I'm with you.
But yes. Anyway, that's it, man.
Is it?
People's Journal. Yeah, that was it. All right, people. Welcome to the People's Journal, where I give you the news from an economics point of view. There ain't much to talk about today. The first thing I just wanted to mention was actually no. Brent, can you play that clip that I put in the thingy, please? Suella Braverman, she's back, man. She was on LBC and she just
that up to 34,000 people, some of whom will be terrorists, but 34,000 people have been killed in Gaza. That's unacceptable, isn't it?
Well, Nick, I would treat that figure of 30,000 with extreme
caution. It comes from
caution.
the Hamas-run health authority.
Right,
yes.
I'm glad you acknowledged that. It comes from Hamas themselves. And I would take anything published by Hamas with a big pinch of salt.
You believe the number to be vastly lower than that?
Well, what Hamas wants us to believe is that figure doesn't include any terrorists, and that's simply ridiculous.
I did say it could include terrorists right at the top, and it is from Hamas.
And
yes.
what we do, there are academics and statisticians who have debunked that figure in open source reports, distorted and inflated those figures are. I would also say that the Israeli figures put out are approximately 12 to 13,000 Hamas terrorists who have been killed. Now, I would take that more seriously as a figure, and I would treat anything that Hamas says as propaganda and misinformation.
It is reported that up to 30...
Yeah, that was it. Just wanted to mention that she's back, and this is what she's out there pushing, pretty much. Next thing I wanted to mention is Labour. So Labour are looking to pursue tax avoiders to basically fund its commitment to better schools and the NHS. So the incumbent government, they pretty much said how they were looking to raise money to do the same sort of things, pretty much, innit? So this is what Labour basically mentions about how they stole their idea and stuff like that. But the current government was looking to abolish the whole non-dom tax status to basically fund that. But long story short, Rachel Reeves, I believe her name is, yes, Rachel Reeves, the Shadows Chancellor, she basically was having a sit down and pretty much said that, look, this is how they're looking to fund the money. They're going to be pursuing them tax avoiders and stuff like that. So yeah, man, and they're planning to they hope to raise £5 billion a year by the end of next Parliament, which, like I said, they're looking to fund all the policies around breakfast clubs for primary school children and additional appointments in the NHS and stuff like that. I want to bring topic of the day to you guys, yeah? I just want to tell you ahead of time, though. What do you think about the idea that people who earn a certain amount, let's just say over 60K, should be paying for, or at least contribute to GP appointments? What do you think of that?
What do you mean contribute?
So if you to get your GP appointment, you now have to pay a certain amount. So let's just say you have to pay 50%.
No, I don't believe that. What are my taxes for?
Yeah, no, just to ease the strain.
No.
Right,
Everyone keeps training.
We'll talk about it. Good. We'll go into more depth about that. But yeah, reason why I mention it is because the doctor came out to say, look, obviously I'm not an economist, whatever, this, that, and the third, but I think that this would be a good way to kind of ease the strain on the NHS. But yeah, that's another topic. But yeah, that's what Labour's looking to do. Ted Baker, they're looking to shut 15 of their stores across the UK within a few weeks. This is what the administrators that stepped in pretty much announced. So I don't know if this good. Huh?
Forgot they were here.
So yeah, man. If you're interested in Ted Baker's products, there might be some deals. Some of their branches that are going to be closed are the ones in Birmingham, Bristol, Bromley, Cambridge, Exeter, Leeds, Liverpool 1, London Bridge as well, Milton Keynes, Nottingham and Oxford. So yeah. Microsoft, they're looking to open up a new AI hub in London. And on top of that, they're looking for what they say exceptional individuals to work there. So I know there's some exceptional people in the chat or people that listen to the show. If you're interested in, I don't know, progressing your career or getting into that sort of area, you might be able to get a good job opportunity over there. So yeah, the hub is looking to work on all Microsoft products that use AI. And also they're looking to carry out more research into AI technology as a whole as well. It's going to be based in Paddington. And the guy basically at the top, who's leading the entire company, is a guy who founded DeepMind, which is the AI company that was bought by Google. So yeah, so he came out anyway and said, look, Microsoft's new AI hub will drive pioneering work to advance state-of-the-art language models and their supporting infrastructure and to create world-class tooling for foundation models. So yeah, if you're interested in that, do your Googles, guys. And the next thing I wanted to mention is something that's going on in Nigeria. So not too long ago, I'm pretty sure maybe less than a month or so ago. No, maybe a bit longer. But anyway, we're talking about how Binance, how the Nigerian government required Binance to give up all the information of those Nigerian citizens who are basically in the top 100 in terms of how much they're earning, how much they've got on the exchange on Binance. And obviously Binance are refusing to do that. Meant to be a decentralized so-and-so and this, that, and the third. But long story short, I mentioned that just to say that an executive from Binance has now pleaded not guilty to money laundering charges in a Nigerian court. So this US citizen, his name is Tigran Gambayan, he was arrested in February, and he was also arrested alongside another person, his colleague, called Nadeem Anjawala, who is a British-Kenyan dual national. So both of them were put in detention. And yeah, basically, Nigeria basically has accused Binance of being behind a lot of the economic turmoil. Again, we spoke about this at the time. But yeah, long story short, 2 weeks ago, the dual national, his colleague, escaped from custody, and they don't even know where this guy is, right? And on Monday, the main guy, the US citizen, he rejected 5 counts of money laundering that were filed against him by the EFCC, Nigeria's Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. So yeah, so obviously I'll keep you guys up to date on what's going on over there. But that's pretty much the gist of what's happening in the world. But yeah, that's it for the People's Journal.
Okay, let's get into our last headlines for today.
All right, people. The last set of headlines, trigger warning on all of them. So again, trigger warning, guys. So the first one, a mother who was stabbed to death while pushing her baby in a pram through Bradford has been named as 27-year-old Kulsuma Akhtar from Oldham. Ms. Akhtar was attacked in Westgate area on Saturday. Her baby was not harmed. This is according to West Yorkshire Police. I believe we spoke about this just yesterday. But yeah, they've just given us a bit more information. So the officer said that the murder suspect, Habiba Masum, who's 25, remained at large, but a 23-year-old man has been arrested on suspicion of assisting the same offender. Speaking at a press conference on Monday, the Assistant Chief Constable Damien Miller said, "I believe Masum is still in the country at this moment in time." The same Chief Constable also added that after they've looked through basically airports and ports, and basically they've informed all of these places to keep a lookout for him. It's also been revealed that the suspect, Habiba Masum, was on bail at the time for allegedly threatening to kill this same woman. According to PA News Agency, Masum was conditionally bailed in November after being charged with assaulting and threatening to kill Miss Akhtar. Next headline, again, trigger warning, guys, and human remains found in a park in South London have now been formally identified. So the remains of Sarah Mayhew, who's 38, was discovered in roll-down fields in New Addington and Croydon last week, Tuesday. And the relatives of Miss Mayhew from Croydon have been informed of her death and are being supported by family liaison officers. A 44-year-old man and a 48-year-old woman were arrested on Saturday on suspicion of murder and remain in custody. And the 2 people detained were known to Miss Mayhew, and police are not looking for anybody else in connection with this death. And our last headline, trigger warning on this as well. I'm pretty sure you guys remember that horrific incident that happened in the last year in Croydon. Well, that 17-year-old boy has admitted to killing the schoolgirl in South London last year, Elianne Andam. She was 15, and she was repeatedly stabbed while walking to school in Croydon in September. She died near a bus stop close to Whitgift shopping centre during the morning rush hour. The teenage defendant, who can't be identified because of his age, pleaded not guilty to murder when he appeared via video link at Old Bailey in central London on Thursday morning. Instead of admitting manslaughter, the boy also denied possessing a blade in a public place. The plea was not accepted by prosecutors, and now a trial will take place from 25th of November at the same court. So yes, that's it for the headlines, guys. Time to pay the bills.
Let's get into the reaction.
What's the reaction? When I read at your sports headlines, not too much to read. Obviously, tonight we've got them Champions League games. Hopefully they go through.
Well, hopefully. Prediction, mine?
What, Real Madrid and City tonight as well? It's a big night, innit?
What are you watching?
Which one am I going to watch?
Hater, what are you watching?
I'll probably watch Arsenal Bayern, man.
You know what's going to happen with City Real Madrid?
Yeah, City probably going to win. No, actually, I don't know. I'll probably I'll do picture in picture. I'll have both of them up I'm honest with you. I probably watch both of them at the same time. Come on, man. Boss levels.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Big stats. But I don't... I don't know. I actually look forward to seeing Wagwan. I don't believe you will beat them over 2 legs. I reckon you can do them at home, though. So I don't know what's going to happen. Real Madrid, I don't think Real Madrid do City over 2 legs either. I'm going to have to wait and see. I don't want to make predictions. I'm neutral here. I'm not involved. I ain't got a horse in the race. I just want to go and just enjoy the
This
football
is
and see
why
what happens.
making predictions is even more fun.
Arsenal draw,
How much?
goalless, and Man City win.
How much?
2-1.
Yeah, I don't think it will be a 0-0 game. Can't be.
Why?
Their defense can be got at. And they have Harry Kane. But we got Gabriel. Notice I didn't say Saliba.
Gabriel's top boy.
100%.
Do you realise
This
he's your
season
best
he's
centre
been
back
our
now?
best. What?
Do you realise he's your best centre back that you got now?
This season, yeah.
Because when I was saying it on other platforms, I was getting cussed for it. But, you know,
This
I'm
is
a
a
visionary.
different platform, my friend. Those thoughts are welcome here.
I'm a visionary, you know. I know who's good and who's not and who's important.
Well, it's all good for us if it is that you're saying that Gabriel is the best and everybody, all the world seeing Saliba. Just imagine
not
we
all
have
the
both of
world.
them.
Not all the world at all. He don't even start for France. Can't get over Canute. But anyway, Everton are deducted 2 points for a second breach in the Premier League financial rules. It says Everton been deducted further 2 more points for the breaking profit and sustainability rules. It permits the clubs to lose 105 million over 3 years, and an independent commission found Everton breached that by 16.6 million for the 3-year period. They dropped 1 place to 16th and are now 2 points above the relegation zone. The Toffees also had a 10-point deduction reduced to 6 points on appeal in February for the 3-year period of 2021-2022. So Everton say that they will appeal against the decision again. And just a few things that we want you to look out for in tonight's Champions League quarterfinals. Arsenal apparently reckon they will not fare Bayern Munich striker Harry Kane when they face the German side. That's what Captain Martin Odegaard is spewing. You get me? Kane has scored 38 goals since joining Bayern from Tottenham last summer, having netted 14 for Spurs and 19 against the Gunners. No, for netted 14 and 19 against the Gunners for Spurs. So chances are maybe that 0-0 might not come alive. You never know. First legs at Emirates tonight, 8 p.m. You don't do that. Man City boss Pep Guardiola believes that Real Madrid will be determined to get revenge after they were thrashed by the Spanish giants on their way to winning last season's Champions League. You get me? City beat Real 5-1 on aggregate in the semi-finals. However, Guardiola has no doubt the 14-time winners will pose a tough test in Tuesday's quarterfinal leg. He said it would be very difficult for the same thing to happen again, Guardiola said. Beating Real Madrid twice in a row is impossible. They have learned and will want revenge. They have pride. And our last headline of the day, some boxing news about a Welsh boxer who retires because of results of a brain scan. So former British and Commonwealth champion Chris Jenkins says he's retiring from boxing because of the results of his annual brain scan. The Welshman says his scans show an abnormality compared with last year. The 35-year-old says he's retiring as he wants to prioritise his health. This is definitely the hardest thing I've ever had to write, he wrote in a social media post. I have no option but to retire from the sport I've competed in since the age of 12. I recently had a yearly routine brain scan. It's shown some abnormality from last year's scan, meaning I'll be putting myself at risk if I were to continue boxing. And that is the end of our sports news. Let's get into Done Out Ere. You know what?
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Sporting Lisbon manager has reached a verbal agreement in principle with Liverpool.
What's their manager called again?
Anorim? Ruben Anorim?
Yeah, I don't know much about him. I ain't been really praying him. There's a lot of young managers out there doing good work. Inzaghi, Motta. Who's the other one I was praying the other day? I can't even remember for whatever reason. I heard his name come up, but I don't know too much about him. So I'll go and check and see what he's working with today. See if he'll be good.
I swear we were looking at a couple of players from Sporting Lisbon.
Sporting always got dope players, so Portugal are mad. Quality over there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go and look at that though. Interesting. You say it's been done, yeah?
It's in principle, yeah.
In
Global
principle,
agreement.
breaking news.
Yeah.
So we'll just have to see how
Thank you, Ed.
how Liverpool handle this transition period.
I think they'll be fine.
Yeah. Well,
Then again, Klopp is a phenom, man.
yeah, there's gonna be a vacuum left in the club. We need to fill. It's not gonna be easy. The first person after the job's always hard for. You get me?
You would know,
following Fergie. You'd know as well.
And we're not living in that yesterday anymore.
I'm just saying. Put play number 5, Brent. I'm guessing Iman put this in there for a reason. Don't know what this is, but of any opportunity to promote the nation, he's gonna take it. So let's help him.
This is just like
Let's help him and help his agenda. What is this about, Iman?
One guy was.
Yo, there you go, running back over to Adam.
Oh my God!
Damn.
Can we get a zoom
Clearly
on
something
this?
not right with that. Call the police.
Someone's getting fist up.
Oh
Call
my!
the fucking police.
Man, he just
Still
slugged that boy.
fighting.
He knocked out, bruh.
1 second. Did the nation do that to someone?
Yeah, so the guy attacked him.
Have we got them? Have we got him being attacked on camera? Are we sure?
Yeah, well, he tried to attack him, innit? He just got.
And he come back at him. There you
So
go,
who's
there
that?
you
So
go,
someone's running.
back
He's running over to the
Adam.
nation, man.
Yeah, to attack
Catch
him.
him. Slam.
Oh my God!
Watching WWE.
Clearly something not right with that. Call the police.
And then what? He's just going to work on him.
Yeah.
Is this what you wanted to push?
You gotta make sure you restrain the attacker.
Oh
Call
my!
the fucking police.
He might not showing us his boys, isn't it?
Brent, go up to the top. Let me see what this
Man, he
caption
just
says,
slugged that
please.
boy.
Fighting.
He knocked out, bruh.
Ah,
We
are
as Muslims.
Sorry. This is.
You don't hurt.
in-
Somebody fight.
Look at the takedown. So he's patiently waiting.
Yeah, he
waiting for the moment.
dipped the knees.
There you go.
Oh,
Oh my God!
Damn.
learned that one straight out of the good
Something
book.
not right with that. Call the police.
Yeah, you don't punch a man up like that when he's knocked out, though, man. Come on, he's clearly out. If that's what was
Oh my-
UFC, the ref will be going crazy. He's cooked. Trying to give him brain damage.
Man, he just slugged that boy.
Fighting.
He knocked out, bruh.
I don't think that was that in his head though? I can't see from here.
It would have been in his head. You don't punch man like that in their chest.
No, afterwards, because obviously
You
the
don't
guy
hurt
ain't trying to
that
kill him.
goddamn man.
Well, it's on camera. Let me make that caption big for me, Brent. We as Muslims are not taught to turn the other cheek. The only cheeks that get turned are the ones.
Where's that going?
The only cheeks that's gonna get turned are the ones of the aggressor's backside. We fight with those that fight with us, never exceeding the limits. You got to be out your mind to want to assault those that come in peace. When you attempt to break the peace, you will unleash the wrath of Allah. When that happens, may Allah have mercy on you.
So do you learn how to fight in your mosque, Emmanuel?
Yeah.
Was there like a self-defense class in Chicago?
No, not. We're there for other reasons.
Bird
But-
stones? Obviously, just galvanizing the troops. And I would think there was somewhere. Obviously, maybe you didn't get to that level yet. Maybe next year when you go, they're going to bring you to the room and they're going to show you where they're teaching
Yeah.
those moves and things.
You might be right, man.
All right, then. Well, on today's episode of Promote the Nation, there we have it. So who's done it here?
The guy for trying to attack another black man for no reason. You know what I'm saying? And so it just teaches us to, never cause the problem, but hopefully end it. You know what I'm saying? So
All right, then, man. The guy's done it here. Don't mess with the nation. That's a word. Let's get into our outro.
That's because that's not rogue. Everyone's taught that.
He's not a rogue attacker.
Huh?
Sorry. Anyway, that's enough of that for one day. Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate it. Don't forget, please, to like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that great stuff. Follow us on our socials, TikTok, Twitter, Discord, and Instagram. The Day After TNB. Also, if you're watching on Twitter, the page you follow. We're live every day on YouTube, every morning on YouTube, sorry. What else is there? If you want to send the dilemmas in, you want to ring us, send the dilemmas in via text or voice note and want to ring us, the number is 075 64841073. And if you want to inquire about the show, feature on the show, or you want to email your dilemma, our email address is thedayafter@thenewblack.com. Have a great Tuesday, people.
And see you all tomorrow. Everybody on Twitter, there's a live chat on YouTube that goes off. If ever you want to pop over here in the mornings, you can.
You're welcome.
It's a different environment completely. They're violent. But anyway, later.
See you later.
Peace out.